Okay. That's good. Good. Cool. What's up, Katana? Can you hear me? New year begins.
Yep.
Awesome. Great to hear. You can hear me fine. That's good to hear. Good. Hey, Naz. Tarzan. 2023 begins. Yeah. Very cool. Good.
Gaetano. Yep.
I heard a funny sports anomaly that happened last night. I'll share it at some point. Always fun things. Hey, Jimmy.
Hello.
So I got no shout-outs tonight, Jimmy. My stream deck's not communicating with Twitch. Isn't that fun? Oh, there it is. These nuts. Yes, where's Josh when you need him? Ha ha ha. Woohoo! Hey, Lord Takor. Long shot, good to see you, man. Everyone coming in for 2023 on New Year's night. I'll keep on hitting buttons, but no. I'm getting a check mark that it went through on Stream Deck, which means the Stream Deck is sending it, but it's not getting over to the Twitch chat bar. So, like, if I type in like a shout out, like, I bet you if I do this, if I manually put it in here, it'll work. But I don't have them all memorized, of course. Like that. Yeah. See, that I had to manually type that in. Yeah, it's just I don't have the list. Well, that's weird. Somehow I must have lost the connectivity with Twitch somehow. Twitch and Streamlabs. That's right. I know. Way to start the frickin' new year. It worked on Thursday. It worked on last week. It's like, my God. What else? What else can happen here? Let's see. Because if the bot itself wasn't working, then I couldn't manually type it in. It's the actual Stream Deck communicating with Twitch itself. I know, some things change, some things don't. It's just so ridiculous. And then all my shout-outs, you know, active, not shout-outs, you know, follow announcements and all that, they work. It's just bizarre. It's painful, that's what it is. Oh. That stinks.
Uh-oh.
Walt, and from my group, you know, played Thursday night. He's a meat cutter, by the way. He's cut big chunks off over the years. Being that journeyman meat cutter, it's not fun.
You had to have like mail armored gloves, but that might not be enough.
Whoops, that was me. I hit a wrong. See, that was my wrong button already for the night. Woohoo! I'll shorten this one up. As I'm trying to test stuff, it was on the wrong screen, and I hit that, and I'm still not. Dreaded wrong button. It's the dreaded wrong button of shame. Got a cool giveaway tonight too. One more time for the Christmas card one, or holiday cards, or yes. I hate those wrong. Yes, wrong buttons. Or hey, Wiley, I lurked during your whole stream there, man. Hopefully everything went really well. Running Carlos's adventure. That's pretty cool. Just getting some shout outs here for those that know how here. Lots of cool announcements. Some great stuff coming. Hey, Patrick. Got a lot of pictures of a lot of people too. Some good pictures, which is cool. There's Josh. Josh, what am I gonna do with you? Even then, I thought that was funny. Time we got, all right, 6:53. We're in good shape time-wise. I was just making sure we weren't like pressed up time-wise there. So everyone's doing well as we should be a fun discussion tonight. As usually are. Oh, Patrick, thanks, man. Thanks. Wow, that was really kind of you. And Lando, thank you too. Happy New Year. Hype train already! Alright, we'll go on the entry screens real quick. Let's see if I can shout everyone out who's... So we can reset that. Already level 3, thanks. That was awesome. All right, it is 2023, believe it or not. Isn't that crazy? Happy New Year, everyone. Crazy. While I'm on this screen, I know this will still work. It's anything on my stream deck. Those were shoutouts. Gotcha there, Jeremy. Happy New Year. Oh, I have 42 in this one? Oh, I didn't change them all. Oh, you're right. I do have a 42 in there. Watch this. This probably won't crash things. I think I can be quick here. I know exactly where I have it. The wonders of XSplit here. I should be able to do this almost instantaneously. Let's see. If I can remember what subfolder I have it in. See, now Katana, you've challenged me. I got it. Alright, right there, boom. There. Thanks, Katana.
Perfect. Celebrating New Year.
Yes. Thank you. Let's come live. Good evening, Anna. Happy New Year to you.
Thank you. Same to you and same to everybody.
Yeah, hopefully everyone's enjoying themselves. Happy New Year.
I've been eating too much. That's the big
problem. It's, a lot of us have. So
I'm digesting. Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and hit up all these, see if all these shout outs work or not. I'm not sure, but I cooked them all. So what a great year 2022 was. Hey, there's Kefir. All right, let's start there. I'm not blocked yet because we're on their screen. So tonight our giveaway, I figured I'd up the ante here, is one of Kefir's prints. All right. So I mean, a very nice. I've been hoarding a lot of them for the fundraiser as complimentary gifts, but I'm going to give one of these away tonight to celebrate.
That's fitting because it was from 2022. So
yes, it was such a wonderful, generous thing that Kefir did, and we'll talk about that for St. Jude. So Kefir did this. The original Phantom NJ has it. He got it during the fundraiser. In order, our top donator actually passed on it, and he was second top donator. Yes. But all the locations are on here. There's a lot of great places. I even threw one of my own on there. I snuck it in. So you got a whole bunch of nice, neat locations in that City of Greyhawk area. And that's going to be the giveaway tonight. Yes. And then maybe we'll throw something else in there too. But it's good to see everyone. Hey, Mike. I can't shout you out, Mike. When I hit my stream deck, the check mark goes off here, but it doesn't connect to the Twitch chat thing. Only the auto ones. If I manually typed it in, it would work. It's just bizarre. I don't know. But we'll forget about that. It's been a rough day with the football and everything, man. It's been rough. So hopefully everyone's doing well. So yeah, please do. So Kefir is also giving everyone today and tomorrow only watching this stream a 40% off of any of the D&D related prints he has. All right, and that's Greyhawk, Dragonlance, Sword Coast, and the Demon Scrolls. Yep, and the coupon code's D&D. It's valid for the next 24 hours. So there you go, and you can repost that in, Alex, you want to pick that up if you're going to be on, post that in occasionally. That'd be awesome. So, yep, 40% off anything in the store, which is really cool. You can go check that out. cavegeekart.com. Really nice, Kefir. I really appreciate that. All right, so. Man, 2022. I put some statistics down in this little note card. So here's some statistics. Hannah, I don't know where the time went. I streamed 47, not sessions, adventures in 2022. Oh my God. 51 Gabbins. 51 legend. Yes. Thanks, Dark Elf. 51 Legends and Lures.
Wow.
And 11 fancy mapping shows. So that's great. That's great. Plus some other stuff. Of course, it comes down to the last game of the season, like always. You're absolutely correct, which is actually maybe not a bad thing. It's not the year; it's the mileage. Yeah, I feel like I got 1 million miles on me. But Also, Anna, some of the things. This is a quickie synopsis. Um, the following people, names in the industry, played in at least one time in a game of mine, and this does not count fellow streamers, right? Because there's so many of them. Luke Gygax, and Luke played twice, actually. Eric Mona, Eric Boyd, Ed Greenwood, Mark Meir, Alyssa Faden, Tony Winslow Brill, you know, Eric Mengi, I mean, there's just, it was a crazy year for gaming.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so we've had a blast so far, Mike. Yeah, I said, Mike. No, I wasn't going to count our fellow streamers in there, because if I count you, then I got to count all. I got to go Mandy and Bones and Darling and and all those other people. Yeah, it was. Yeah, that's funny. So that's been a fun. It's been a 2022 was busy. What are your thoughts, Anna, on 2022?
Well, yeah,
Initial.
to kind of go over what I've done. Yeah, it's been the busiest year ever. I've updated the 576 map, the 598 map. I've done an atlas of each of them. I renewed all and redone all the heraldry for the whole setting. And so those have been the major stuff that I've done in 2022. And now I thought I hadn't done anything in 2022, but I look back, I've done quite a bit. So that has been, and then some other kind of other projects put in between. It's been a all over the place year, so to speak, because in the background I've basically learned everything over again, because there's been new tool, new computers, new everything in the background. So it's been a
Your
double year in
tech has
that sense.
gotten new.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So the workflow is a completely new workflow in the background, because not only updating the old stuff, I've also started to make new stuff. So much hasn't been seen of it yet, but that's going to change. So yeah.
Awesome. Well, for you, and we could talk about this. I'd say your big thing this year was the shields. Really, I mean,
Hmm.
really
Yeah.
going, getting into the new
Yeah, the
heraldry.
heraldry has been fun
Yeah.
to overdo, and it's also been one of the most. I'm writing my new year and like year in review, looking forward. I'm like halfway through, and heraldry is one of the things that, when I looked at the statistics of from Patreon, it's one of the by far one of the most popular stuff that I post. So people seem to love heraldry.
Oh yeah.
So it's been very popular, and I thought it was just a little pastime so that I can do, and I love to do it. So it's been a lot of fun. So you will definitely see more heraldry. So I have a lot of more ideas in that direction to start doing for 2023 and onwards.
The heraldry just ties right into
Hmm.
Greyhawk, and always
Yep.
has. And I think that was been one of the
Yep.
wonderful,
Hmm.
wonderful things, was that you get, you just, what do you, hello, clever. That's what you think of when you think of that, the original Greyhawk. You think, wow,
Yeah.
that's,
Hmm. And there's also an area where there's a lot more to develop that hasn't been done. Some of the obvious ones have been covered, but now there's so much more to do. Humanoid, elven, stuff like that
oh my
that
gosh,
needs to
yeah.
be
Just normal
that I want
human
to go into.
houses
Hmm.
of places. There's no, like, I have a couple Keelan ones done, but like
Hmm.
there's probably like 50, and
Oh
there's
yeah.
probably,
Hmm. There's
so,
a
and
lot more to but we have a few provinces and stuff, but so that's something I'm going to dig in. And also the other fun thing with heraldry is that you not only the contemporary, we can dig into the historic too, and dig back into
yeah,
history, because that's another cool thing to dig back what heraldry used to be used back in the
the
day.
Curtis.
Hi Curtis, hi Justinius. Yeah.
Please tell me your team's coming back. I mean, I'm just like, mine was so bad today, it wasn't even funny. So it was
I'm
brutal.
glad I'm not into sports some
Wasted
days. Yep.
wasted
Hmm.
3 hours. So I don't even know where to start.
Hmm.
And I don't. And yeah, let's start with beginning of the year. I- I'll just start here. I got to start somewhere. I'm trying to think,
Hmm.
because if I do the fundraiser, I want to wait till more people are on for that too. But
Hmm.
here's my log of every adventure from 938 to 984. This doesn't count conventions either because I don't count them as
They're not part of your
they're not
regular
part of it.
campaign.
They don't affect it unless I
Hmm.
specifically say. Now
Yeah.
Ed's game that you're going to be in Saturday at GaryCon. That's a campaign game. That one
Okay.
affect. Oh
Awesome.
yeah, that one
Yeah.
does. But
Hmm.
but the ones I normally do, they're like a Horton Hools or whatever, or the ones I'm running at GaryCon upcoming. They're not part of it. But yeah, here's 47 freaking adventures this year. All
Hmm.
and yeah, I know there's notations on which group it is. Like here, Grey Hawk All Stars, Two Drink Minimum, Grey Hawk All Stars, Slav Squad, and all my regular groups and all. And I'm so glad that I do this, and I've always done this since day one. But hey, Walt, viewers, yep, thanks, Alex, for doing that with no shout outs tonight. But if you come all the way back here, it only started on number 600, and then I didn't put the
Hmm.
groups, so I got all these adventure names. I just have the names down. I'm
Yeah.
kind of disappointed in doing
Yeah.
that, but
I only ran 28 game sessions in the year, which
sessions, right?
yeah,
But you don't
sessions.
do it
Yeah.
by adventures. You do it in a
No, no.
sandboxy set, so
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. So
it's
it's 28 sessions,
yeah.
and I think only three of them were streamed. So, but that's something to be more. So we hopefully we can have them all streamed in the future. So yeah.
Yeah, that'd be really great. Did you
Hmm.
play today or no?
No, we
New
play
Year's,
next
yeah,
next
next
Sunday.
week,
So
yeah.
yep. Hmm. Next week is
So
the
some
first one.
highlights from here. I mean, there's some really great ones. There's so many to go through. But what I can always do is what the great thing is I can just come on my machine here and I have a folder for everyone going back to 961 because the rest of them are because of the new machine setup. But we know for a fact that thanks, Mike. We know for a fact, like here, Troy gives me a lot of grief for this one, the fundraiser one, in search of Cyan Erda, because I used a half dragonborn character, remember? And I
Hmm.
take grief from him every day on that, but that's the only time I've ever done it, or probably ever will do a dragonborn in that one. But a lot of really cool things early on, like and Mike, you got your name in here too. Here's Scarn and the Crafters. We did that with Christine Van Patten at the beginning of the year. This one was Luke Gygax. The Eyes Have It. If you remember, that was the one with
Yeah.
the not the beholders, the Gauths and the Drow Towers. That was a fun one too. Let me show and I'll just throw up some. I added in a couple of. Let me go to the right folder here. Folder, and just keeping with. Of course, it doesn't go to the right screen. Man, I'm like technically tech challenged today, which is really strange. Lots of the terrain we've just continued. There's nothing wrong with half Dragonborn Dark Elf.
Yeah.
I take a lot of razzing in the community for being old
Mhm.
school, and they bust my stones on it. So
Yeah, I was thinking when I see these pictures, is 2022 the year when 3D really made the breakthrough in your table setup, or was
oh
that
yeah, well
already?
yeah,
Was that
2021 was
uh-huh?
big, but
Okay.
this year, I mean, Bill,
Yeah.
Bill
Meaning you got
couldn't
more
keep it up. Bill
big new models and stuff than any other previous year, or is that just me?
No, we had some
Yeah.
big new setups this year, really big. In fact, we had some old ones from previous years that we utilized, but
Hmm.
yeah, we had some really monster setups in 2020, in
Yeah.
2022. Uh, and stuff that we want to get to that just he's so backlogged on things. It's
Hmm.
almost, we're just like,
Well, that's the thing. But
yeah,
when you're creator, you always have
yeah.
if you're creative, you always have way more ideas than you have time and money, especially time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like this one. All right, this one's
Hmm.
from adventure number 961, which I think this is Rumble in the Warehouse. This
Yeah,
is
it's so cool.
this yeah. So this is from this is Gamescape 3D, and this is modular almost. This
Hmm.
warehouse setting.
Yeah.
So and then and then it is open, and these are both multiple levels side by side of it, right? And this is the one I
Hmm.
had, yeah, I had slot in there and all. And this was in Altamira,
Yeah.
so yeah. Yeah, Tech Challenge though tonight. Like I said, I'm hitting shout outs and nothing's happening. So yeah, I am Tech Challenge tonight. So I got just know the exclamation point drawing for it'll come up. That should come up in an auto thing, but not frequently. Yeah. So you can see the print part of it is just part of the entire setup as far as getting it done, because he paints it and adorns it. I mean, he doesn't. It's plastic, right? As you can see up here, the light gray up here, that's what it all looks like, right? And
Hmm.
and so from that point, he adorns it and look puts the little bush, the little foliage in here, and really takes good care of doing this. So thank you. The hills and rolling terrain. I always blown away with seeing topography. Well, that is luck on my part when we go back here. So this is on top of more geohex, right? So this here's a story. Geohex is available. If you go to this day, if you go on eBay and type in geohex, you'll see it. It's not. I mean, that's probably $500 in geohex nowadays. It wasn't that expensive back then. But this is that's the oldest stuff we have. That's from the 90s, and you can see
Hmm.
some corners beat up on it when we play on it. But yeah, I like to have elevations.
Yeah.
I don't like. There's nothing wrong with VTT play. There's not. There's nothing wrong with theater of the mind play, but I love having the elevation changes, especially for archers and spells, and you can just feel it a little bit more in the game here. And this is this piece is never going to be recreated again. This is 220 pieces of 3D print, right? It's
Don't
no,
say that. We might
nah.
get a bigger, faster 3D printer in a few years, and yeah.
Well, yeah, but putting that together
Hmm.
was a monstrosity in itself, and
Yeah.
then adorning it up was another monstrosity that Bill had to do too. So multiple things, and like here's a side view of it, right? All the
Yeah.
insides, you can see that's all adorned up as
Yeah.
well.
It's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, and so this 2022 was the year of us, like really. Yes, Bill goes. Yes, it was. So 2022 was the year of us. God, I don't want to sound arrogant. Was the year of us really pushing the limits and separating us from the other crafter streamers, right? I'm not talking about people who just paint. I'm talking about people who play this way, D&D wise.
Hmm.
We really
Yeah.
we really stepped, out there and really pushed it. So yeah, and that was a directive from me. I said, Bill, just go, and Bill's on now. And like I said, I can't shout you out, Bill, because my freaking Streamlabs Stream Deck's not working. So, but it's a fun thing. I mean, I know he loves doing it, and
Hmm.
you're gonna see. You saw some on Thursday, right? If you watch Thursday night, you saw some of this, and this is more of a going year in review. This is the last adventure we did with Walt and Bones and Darling, Finders Keepers, right? We did that, and you saw some of these, and I just want to put it in perspective on Bill. How long did this take since he's on here? Okay, you see these warg riders, right? The orcs on the wargs direwolves. Hey, Phoenixy, good to see you. Happy New Year. Did you get my Discord
Hello.
message? Yeah. Uh, I have mounted and unmounted orcs in this. He did over 70 new figures for us. Thanks, Bill. 70 of these. So I only poured out like 10 yeah. So it's insane when you think about how much. And here's another picture showing you more of them. Right? Yeah. Guy, you got the guy with the whip and all bows, and yeah. So lots and lots and lots. All right, you're in, Phoenix. Good. I will add you to your logo to the thing I'm going to share with everyone. I'll add your logo. Good, and we'll get time set up and everything. Thank you. Talking about the fundraiser, which I'm saving for the end of the show. So there will almost be 100 when he's finished. So think about this is our bread and butter, and this is where we differentiate ourselves from we separate the men from the boys, as you should say, as far as as that goes. And by the way, this was Mr. False Flag. I had someone yell at me on Instagram. This was funny. How does that dragon fit in this passageway? I was like, maybe that dragon doesn't exist. It's a false flag because they're fifth level characters. I'm not throwing up a dragon like that. I do that sometimes in the pictures. I put the wrong stuff in ahead of time, for the
that
prep
always,
ads.
it irritates someone, triggers someone to engage with you. So yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was It was just a three-headed chimera, a variant one with a white dragon head. It was what they came up against in that one. So yeah, Bill, you're extremely appreciated, and note that our stream would not be. Did you say something about sending me? No, no, Mike. It was John Phoenixy. Just getting all our ducks in a row for streamers for the fundraiser event coming up, which we're going to discuss soon. Dragon or wyvern? That was a dragon. There, definitely it was a dragon. That was too big to be a wyvern. So we had some great adventures. Let's talk one in particular. All right. How about that? We're going to go to I think we're going to go to this one, right? A map and a vision. Sound like the right one, Anna? And this
Sure.
is number 980. And I'm going to say why in this. This is near the end of the year. But if you all remember, this is the right one. This was our crossover event where I merged two groups.
Oh.
All right. So we took Ed's group, 2 drink minimum, and we had Ed and Tony and Eric Boyd, and then we took 4 people from the Slav squad, right? Actually, it was 5. We had Mandy, Darling, Bones, Kirsten, and Josh, and we just let them all have at each other for a night. And I will say this. I didn't have to do much, right, as far as interaction. They went at it, and they entertained Ed all night. And Ed goes, what did he say at the end of the stream? Ed said something like, this is one of the first times ever that I'm not the one getting scolded for saying the wrong thing on stream or something like that. And I was like, this is awesome. So, and that was a real fun one Hey, darling, right, darling? And then I know you were a little underwater on Thursday. So, that was a fun one. The group having both groups merged together for one adventure, and I'd love. Hey, John, we'll do some more of that in the very near future. So at least my Streamlabs auto thing is coming up. Cave Geek art raffle is going on. Exclamation drawing. So here it is, everyone. There it is. All right, one of Kafir's great prints of the Free City Greyhawk area in Cave Geek art style. It is awesome. Okay. And then Antiquitous Alex is putting out a 40% off to his store.
I think they're all coming now. All the ones that you pressed in the beginning, they're probably popping in now.
Yes, absolutely. It's like
that's awesome.
It ain't working. So
yep. Yep.
And the great thing also about this was I got to use my favorite monster of all time, the Rakshasa, at the end of this one. So I just love Rakshasas.
And one of my favorite miniatures, the owlbear rug.
It's so cool. You like that one.
Oh, it's awesome.
You like that one right there.
Yeah, it's awesome.
In there. So one thing I'm working on is getting more variety of inns done so that we have some interiors that are changed up a little bit. Once again, Bill's so overwhelmed with stuff, but that's something I'd like to do, just to have a base bar area. It's a little different. So yeah, but Ed basically said, "What a great night, thanks." I think he never had done anything like that before. Especially live stream, and that was a lot of fun. I think you all had a lot of fun watching that stream too. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to, we're going to see down the road if that makes sense to do. Now I know that probably the next time the Slav Squad is going to get together will be at Gary Con. But I'm not Slav, I mean, 2 drink minimum, but the Slav Squad, I'm going to try and get together at the end of January. So that'll be like the next special Saturday night game we have. So Rakshasa's hands are normal, but in the rest, yeah, they may be, but when they appear as human, they're not. Their hands are backwards. I mean, that would be, so yeah, but it's definitely a cool thing. So and I know there's so many here. Do you have any
Hmm.
memorable ones? Anything that you remember as far
Well,
as?
I think when you play when we had the fundraiser, but we might go to them. This year's fundraiser was, or last year now, 2022 fundraiser was fantastic. Yeah, those were
eh,
really some memorable games when we had Eric Monon playing. That those games
Yeah.
are very memorable in my opinion. Yeah, because
So here's my problem.
yeah.
I have the There Be Dragons folder, which has all the
Hmm.
advertising in it, and on this
Yeah,
machine, that adventure is what
I have no
so
idea what
it's
number
number
is it.
945, which of course I
Yep.
don't have that over on this one.
Venerian Vord is
Yeah.
oh,
How many
it's
different?
it's just fantastic. He just plays so cool. Eric Monet plays Venerian Vord so awesome.
And he's coming back, everyone, very
Yep.
shortly. Once
Hmm.
again, we will share that with you
Yep.
at the end.
I think the coolest thing Eric did, he used up every spell he had, and then the
Yep.
last one was Gaseous Form to disappear. That was he stole that
Oh
and
yeah,
then
that was
disappeared.
a couple years ago.
That
That was
oh yeah, that
that
was not
was
like that was two
yeah.
years ago, I think it was. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was setting up so fantastic. That was the first adventure Venerian Ward was in, or was this the second? I'm not sure. I think it was the
No,
first.
that was the first, and he's been
Yeah.
like
Hmm.
five others. I mean, the
Yeah, yeah,
character's
that
been
was
in
the
a
first,
lot.
some like 3 4 years ago, and
Yeah,
that yeah,
that
that
was
was so cool.
that was the first virtual GrabCon.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, he set it up so awesome, and it's been going on awesome since. So yeah.
So let me see if I can pull something up to answer this question from Crackety. All right, I'm going to do this, and I rarely show this. But
Oh,
let me.
about Rakshasas? Yeah.
No, he asked how many different active groups are currently playing in your campaign.
Oh,
It's a
wow.
great
Yeah. Hmm.
question.
Hmm.
So let me see if I can do this.
I think you're the one of the few DMs can actually answer that. You have the stats ready.
Well,
Yeah.
I have the spreadsheets of Allen's here, and let's see
Hmm.
if I can find no group roster. No, okay, all righty. So what this is my cheat sheet for every group that I have for my Thursday night players. Well, there's one missing on here, so good question. Bloodied Brethren, Reborn, Huntsman, Vengeful Justice, The Windborn, Grey Company, Vesvi Group, Reckless Indifference, Iron Fury, The Legion, The Reclaimers, that's Vesvi Forest Group, Slavers, which they're not slavers, they are the ones who fight the slavers. Okay, so they're basically the Ulick defenders against slavery. The Omega Patrol, the Iron Brigade, Theo's Heroes, the Keep Group, they're the Shieldlanders. They're fighting in Shieldlands, and they're called the Keep Group because they put Keep in the Borderlands there when they first started adventuring, like in 1995 or six or whatever. Hillless Swords, Night Stalkers, Hardby Irregulars. What's missing are the Narwhal Headhunters, and the new group of Narwhal Headhunters, two more. So what's that? 4, 8, 12, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21. Then three online groups, new recruits, 22. Uh, two drink minimum, 23. Slav Scott Squad, 24. 24 groups. There you go. 24 groups. Plus miscellaneous groups like all Order of Ulick high level characters, unaffiliated Altamira groups,
Hmm.
so yeah. Don't, that's all good, man. Thanks for coming on, John. But I appreciate your information, and I will I'll talk to you in the future. No, am I playing Keep on the Borderlands? No, I did play Keep on the Borderlands.
Yeah.
Uh, Yeah, we did, and I was talking about 19 in the 90s. I reran it for them and had them, and I put that in the northeastern area of the Shieldlands. I thought that was a good spot for it. So yeah, I know it's a little crazy, but then again, that's some stuff we do. But it's a good question. I appreciate that. Yeah, that's the number of groups 24, 24 adventure groups. So yeah, it's on my wall of fame, and a couple of weeks ago when we did our top adventures, I put it in there. So, yep. And thank you for coming in. Absolutely. Okay, let's see what else we got here. So let me see if any of these oh, here's another one. Halloween.
Okay.
Slav Squad. Okay. And talking about new 3D stuff. So
Oh, yeah.
thank you for the follow. Really appreciate it. Oh no, we're trying to get to 10,000 soon.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, and so we did. Let me see if I can get the number here. It should be right in this area here. Prophecies of the Overgourd. Probably this was the most difficult one I put the Slav Squad through, if you remember. This was rough. So, and there's the Overgourd that we used him again. I use them once a year. And then this is the Witch's Hut that Gamescape 3D did for us, and then Bill crafted up. So, yep, and really nicely done. All the inside adorned and all, and that was another. As you can see, we're on the edge of the table there. I had to use the whole table for this one.
Mm-hmm.
So, yep. And that was a fun adventure. I mean, even like the skull adornment here, some really neat things that are done in this, so really nicely done. But that's another adventure we did that, brand new. Like we had it planned out, and Jeremy from Gamescape 3D said, I can have it by this date. And I said, Bill, can we have it done by this time? And he gets to paint it up and gets it done in time. And then we have a new piece that we have from permanently, unless I drop it or something right on, But yep, the Overgourd is there, and the Overgourd member's eternal. So it's just like he's not going anywhere. So that was a fun one. 962. This is another neat one. We'll go over that one and we'll move on here. So let me go to 962. This one, I did it, and see if you remember this. This one I had Lady Lavinius and Crane Wrights in, and the pumpkin beholder hold my beer. Art of Mike Disney created that for Reaper. So that's the guy, gentleman two chats above created it, and Reaper
Mm-hmm.
did it in Bones 5. So yeah, he's the creator of actually that. Yep. So we had them in it, and I did something because Crane had to work and she was running late. And I'm thinking to myself, I did this twice. I had one character turned to stone, and I had another character, and I put her in a magical trap in the dungeon, right? So basically, I set her up. Here she is in this dungeon, which drops down from this crevice. And look, I used all the fungal men. These are brand new 3D print monsters. See, Bill's getting big into the monster prints now too. So we have all these great new, things coming, including Murlocs. So I have more than I know what to do with Murlocs now. But the fungal men, the Myconids. The one Myconid's a Reaper. This one's a Reaper. I think that Christine Van Patten did, or is it her 3D print? I always get them confused there, Bill. If you're on, but yeah. So I had Crane's character, Glinny. She got stuck in a sepia snake sigil trap, and if you note in the Arcana, it's permanent unless the spellcaster releases it. And if the spellcaster's dead or whatever, it doesn't say it goes off. So it's a Reaper by Christine. Thanks, Bill. Yeah. So that was a neat thing that I was able to pull off, having a character, and the timing was perfect. She came in an hour and a half into the game, and they finally got to the room and where she was. So that was a neat one.
Mm-hmm.
So just some neat things doing there. So just some that stuck out in 2022 adventures. And then we have the stuff with my guys on. We'll get to the Grand Joust during GrowCon discussion. How's that sound? We'll talk about that then. So February. I'm going to skip February. We're going to do the fundraiser last. Okay, we'll talk about the fundraiser last because usually the most people are on. We'll do that last because I'm going to announce all the stuff for the fundraiser for this year. So we'll do that last. So let's skip ahead to March. I'm gonna leave,
big one, big month.
Yeah, let's skip ahead to March of last year then. And I got a ton of stuff. Gary Con was awesome. Right. I got some. I'm gonna just go through a whole bunch of pics here. There's Josh and his family, right? So this is like the restaurant here, and there's the bar, and you know, we had just it was a wonderful time. And then got a lot of group. I know Curtis just had to go away, but there's a lot of pictures of Curtis in here. Here's some other before people pictures. Here's some really cool things. So here's the Legends of Wargaming, right? So I've been invited this year to DM in there. So I'm gonna have at least 2 games in the Legends room this year. So I'm gonna be in with Paul Stormberg and his group. Yeah, neither can I,
Wow.
Wiley. Yeah, so I'm gonna be DMing my 2 games I have set in there. One's In Search of the Low Road, and the other one is Delve into the Lord's Tomb, are the 2 I'm gonna be running. Well, there you go. Awesome. So just in time, Curtis. Next pick here. This is a neat picture. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Look at
Yep.
look at how big the egg of Coot is on this picture.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the original Great Kingdom map
Yep.
with Black. Is that Blackmore up here? Is this Black? Would this be considered
No,
Blackmore or no?
no,
Okay.
it's kind of that
Hey,
was
Rob.
the Castle and Crusades original campaign map, I think, from the Castle and
Okay.
Crusade Society. Yeah. And this is Darlene. They had Darlene make a version of that setting too. But there's a lot of part, meaning you have the Great Kingdom, a whole bunch of stuff like that made it into the Greyhawk campaign, and then some of it made it into versions of it into the published Greyhawk too. So it's kind of this is one of the roots of Greyhawk is this setting, so to speak. So it's yeah.
Good to see a friendly monster. Yeah. So yeah, it's really it gives you
Mhm.
an idea of look. And
Yeah,
Ernst
you
is
have the
on
dry
here.
steps
Look where
and
the
a whole
Wild
bunch of
Coast
stuff.
is.
Exactly. So this is one of the foundations of Greyhawk, so to speak.
Yeah. And look at the name of this place. It's Gix. It's Gygax all mixed up, but it's
Yeah.
almost. But it's like
Hmm.
what a mess.
Yeah.
Keelan's on here, just. But it's like all squeezed in,
Yeah.
which is
Hmm.
really neat. So, yep, it is, and that's why we're here, man. That's my campaign's going into year 43. All right, Curtis. Look at that picture of all those ugly mugs. So here's Curtis, myself. Oh my God, Curtis, your friend's name. I'm sorry, my brain went off. There's Van Wickman. There's Josh.
Yeah, and
Yes,
Brett on the
Brett.
to the
That's it.
right
Yeah,
there.
Brett.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Hmm.
So I should have known that. Yeah,
Yep.
a police lineup exactly. This is just a hangout day on this one. Yep. Let's see what else I got here. First day of gaming. This is my group, day 1. Yep. There's the day 1 group. There's Brett and Curtis again.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a whole bunch of fun there. The gentleman from Minnesota, Curtis, his name back here. My God, yes. My brain is off. So good, Rob. It's glad to see you have it in there. Let's see what else we got here. Yeah, that's part 1, horror and hools. So I'm gonna go through a whole bunch here because I think reminiscence good. There's Vamp. There's Chad, myself, and Carlos. Yeah, hanging out. Carlos is so busy, you never see him. He goes off in DMs, and you rarely see him uh, running stuff because he's just so busy with everything. Did I do this one? I didn't do this one. So we got Vamp again, Dave. I forget this gentleman's name here, and myself. Yeah, hanging out and see if we know anyone in the background. See this fire pit back here is that this is someone's exclusive hangout, and we're gonna get to that pick next. I kept finding the shadowy hallways where Carlos was running. Yeah, I have one of those pictures actually. All right, and so here's the fireplace, and this is Alyssa Faden's gang's hangout. Here's Kafir and Alyssa and
Hmm.
me just hanging out, talking, and with that on the other. So where Kefir is, there's a long sofa that runs around. And on the sofa at that time is Larry Elmore and his entourage at the same time. So we have Larry Elmore hanging out there too. Just think about that. Larry Elmore's hanging out with all of us at GaryCon. How cool is that? You know? So very, very cool. I think his which is a person who works with him, James.
That's on the left is the both of them work with, but he's the guy I've interacted with most on the left. Yeah. James, I think, or Jim. I'm not. Yeah,
we're all heavy there, Kefir. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, man. It's just I need to. I am after today. After last night. I am done. Larry's cool. Yeah, absolutely. Larry gave me 6 signed dragon prints last year, and I'm going to be reaching out to him. He should probably. He said he'd do a lot of. Here, look at this ugly mug here with me. With his tongue out. How's that? So good old Chuck. And you got Chuck, actually, Chuck's cousins were there too, and we're hanging out here. So there's Chuck Cumbo. Yeah. Very cool. All right, let's see what else. Some of us have important meetings with yes, and here is and Jimmy Duffy's sneaking in on this. So I got Duff back here, Balder and the Ace of Spades. Sorry. And then Anna and myself talking with Tim and Steven from Troller Games, planning out, hopefully we'll be further along with the Altamir stuff this year than we were at that point last year. But yeah, that was a good one. And this is where I streamed from, this table. We streamed twice. Gabbin shows from there. So, yep, really a neat thing there.
You can see on the air on my tablet, you can see what area we are discussing. If you look at the map, you can see what we're discussing and pointing at.
Yeah, look at that. It's right there, right?
It's Altamira.
Yeah, we got the Altamira
it's the Altamira discussion. So it's that area we're looking at on the
and
map.
Look at this. Look what Steven's drinking.
Peppers. Dr. Pepper. Of course. He needs to have his Dr. Pepper. Yeah.
Most of a lot of us DM Monster. I mean, I
think most of us do in some capacity.
Yeah.
Either by ourselves at home with friends, or online, or streaming, or at conventions and stuff, depending. Yeah.
So this one is my. I do not deserve to be with this group, but I was every morning because I'm going to be there too again. I bought the extra package to get in here, to get into the VIP. And this is warp.
I was the one that snuck in. I didn't. You just let me in all the time.
So this is early morning breakfast of one day. This is the Warp Guild. This is like 1/10 of them.
Oh, they were awesome.
Yes. Yeah. And there's Sir Andrew back here, and
what
what a crew of. And look, I'm like, oh, I'm cool. I got a platinum badge. They all have diamond badges on all these guys here. I was like a schmo compared to all of them. It was like, oh my gosh. So,
they were
hey, Jude, thanks a lot. I think we'll be seeing you soon too, right? In the fundraiser coming up, I'll be talking with you. Let's make sure we Discord each other. Yeah, what a great group of guys. So now, Sir Andrew says he's going to DM at Virtual GaryCon this year. I'm going to try and hold him to it. He's going to, and he only does one thing, and that, hey, Gargamon, thanks. He only runs his version of oh my God, the science one. Oh my God, I am getting old.
Oh, you mean Barrier Peaks?
Expedition of Barrier Peaks. His version of Expedition of Barrier Peaks he runs. So, hey, Mike, thanks a lot there, Gargamon. I can't shout you out because my stream deck is borked with that. So I do exclusive. I only run Greyhawk, but I do some other odds and ends sometimes. But a lot, we throw some other things in there. But I only DM Greyhawk. Yeah, but a lot of people.
I only run games in Greyhawk. That's my version of Greyhawk. Yep.
All right, so there you go. That is the Warp Guild. And those guys have been around longer than me. So my 43 years is nothing.
They came with Gary back in when they were teenagers. They must have been toddlers because they're not that old.
I got a reality check at going to GaryCon last year. My 43 years ain't nothing. Now,
Well,
maybe the long,
it's
yeah,
established, but you're middle of the road
yeah.
crowd there.
But it's okay.
Yeah, they're awesome. Yeah, they're such a wonderful crew.
Let's see what
Yeah.
else we got here. All right, I think we're getting on the day. I think this is still day one. This is day one at Horton Hools. You got Curtis and Brett and the rest of the crew here playing. All right. Let's see here if we got. Rob, thank you so very much. That was really kind of you. Really appreciate it. Another one. Yeah, no, just another picture blown up. See, I brought my shitty. I'm sorry. I brought shitty terrain, and here's what I did. I packed it all in a box and gave it to Josh, and I sent it to Josh's house. I said, I need this to get to me, and this is stuff I don't care if it gets beat up or not. This year, I don't know if I can do that. This year, I may have to package some really nice stuff, especially if I'm running this game live for with Ed Greenwood at Gary
Yep.
Con.
You need to have
Yeah,
your
so
thing.
but I mean, it's some of the
You realize
terrain.
you need to load your car and drive there. So yeah.
I already have a flight, so I
Okay,
ain't
then
driving
yeah.
there.
And
No.
you pack it
Josh,
up.
I'm gonna pack it
Yep.
up and send it to Josh again. So
Yep.
I think that's Dave Conant in the background, isn't that? That's
Okay.
Conant
I
right there.
think so. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So I like start my games bright and early in the morning.
Yeah, he's awesome. Yeah.
That is Dave. Oh God, I'm blowing it up.
Dave something.
Oh, he's a warp. He's from Warp. Yeah, he's one of the warpers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
He played the Paladin. Yeah. I you know what? I can look at my signups actually and get the full specific names. Here's a great pick. Here's a great pick of.
Not Gureri.
No, it's not Dave Guerreri. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's Mike and ooh,
Yeah, Mike.
Yep.
Both Mikes. You got Von
Yep,
Loku, Mike, myself,
Yep.
Mike Bridges, and Josh.
Oh, yeah.
In this picture,
Yep.
and I think we were just walking down the hall, and we all came together, and I said, "I need a pick of this group." So
Yep.
yeah, friendly. Just we're a community,
Mike
and just
Mike.
hang out. I would give you a shout. I would give you shout out links to some of the discords, but it's not working. So
That's awesome, Friendly One Monster. That's
don't
awesome.
worry about
Welcome.
it, man.
Yeah, that's great. Welcome.
Yeah, just we have a great community here with a lot of stuff going on. Lots and lots. That's one of my favorite pictures. Now, this is a favorite picture of mine too. This is when I was hanging out with Mike Merles.
Mike Merles.
I cornered Mike Merles, and I said, "Mike, can we talk?" And he gave me like 15 minutes.
We had a long talk with him at the table, and that was he was good. He was great talking to. Yeah.
I actually really only talked to a WotC insider face to face for the first time in my life.
Yep, it was great. Yep.
Yeah. So, yeah, lots of mics all over the place, but that was cool. All right, let's see what else we got. Hangout one. There's Rob. There's Kayla, Dave. The dude from England.
He was awesome. He was all over the place, and he came just as help. He was he was kind of a Scottish guy. Yep.
Yeah.
It was kind of awesome because he just came as a help. I don't think he really was prepared for any of it. His card didn't work or anything. He was just flown in. It was awesome.
Yep.
He just came here. Yeah.
So Josh tells me he's like 50-50 for coming this year. So that's a good, and this is.
I hope that Dave will come this year too. That will be awesome.
Dave?
Yeah, Dave.
Dave and Wally Hobbit are coming, and Rob's coming. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Absolutely.
That was so fantastic to hang out with. So
coming. I'm gonna leave that one up.
This
one we're holding hands, Dave and me. Hey, that's the back.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. So there you go on that one. I had my contacts in a lot because I had to be, suave and cool. It's a bar hangout one. There, so this is inside the secret room. There's Von Moku, Rob, Jimmy Duffy, and myself hanging out, having
I think
some
it's
beers.
me sitting on the other side with my hands clasped or something like that. I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know. Yeah, because we sat there a lot.
I'm outside Philly, friendly. So we're all over the world. Everyone's all over the country and world. This is in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. This is Gary Con to celebrate Gary Gygax. It comes up in 2 months.
Yep.
2.5 actually. So, but we got something bigger, way bigger coming up before that.
Before
Yeah,
this. Yeah.
way before that. And that's a good thing. So what may happen here is, see, they have this glass room behind here. Remember that? I may be
Mhm.
doing interviews in there. We'll see.
Oh,
There'll be some
okay.
interviewing going on. Yeah,
Yeah.
for the Gary Con
That's a
channel.
good room because it's much more quiet. So
Yeah.
you can
Yes, George, and
stream it.
they are, not to brag, but they are. You have to because of the situation. A lot of them are going to be emulating the way I did it because it worked, and I'm going to be doing it at least 4 or 5 times. I'll talk about that again probably at the end of the
Hmm.
show.
Yeah.
What's going on? Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. Let me see what else we got here. All right, Curtis, you're up again. The winners of the tournament, and here's your DM, and here's your crew.
Oh,
Here's your entire crew. They won the grand tourney. There's Curtis and Brett and the whole crew of people, their gang, and they're getting back together according to what Curtis says. So yeah, of course, Curtis, you're allowed to bomb another stream. Of course, anyone who's friends I'm friends with is allowed to come in on those Gabbin streams. They had people. We had Luke. We had Todd Stashwick for an hour. We had
hmm.
Dave Conant. We had Sir
Yeah.
Andrew. We had Jimmy Duffy. We had Matt. We had them all. We had Josh. We had Josh's son. We had everyone in on those.
Luke Gygax. Yeah.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was an awesome discussion. So absolutely, but they were the winners of the grand tournament. And I don't have Curtis. I don't even think I have time I would be able to do it. Let's see if I have day. Do I have day 2 still? Oh, here's day 2. Here's Hard Holes Part 2. Yep. So there we go. So we got Fall Mocha, we got Dave. Oh, gosh, I
Yeah.
forget John's name.
I
And
forgot.
we got yes, and we got Brett and Curtis in. So we're doing both Hools Part 2. This is why I'm not running Hools. I'm not. I want to run some new adventures here, so I'm running some really cool, a little bit higher level too. So Jay stole ice cream. I didn't steal any ice cream. When you're in that VIP room, everything in there is comped. The booze as well, except the hard alcohol, which got to go out. But the beer and the wine's all comped. So, yeah, I kind of did. I did take someone's ice cream. Oh, 4 hours Thursday night, 4 hours. I run usually on 7:30 to 11:30, but we go longer or shorter depending. Okay. Let's get here's what Rob was talking about. Here's Carlos would just run impromptu on these
Yes,
tables up in the shadows.
I played in one of those games and it was awesome. We sat up and played up there. So yep,
Yeah.
that was so much fun. We all died. Yep, but it was
Well,
good.
it's a Carlos adventure.
Yep.
Yeah. So Wiley, it's a cool thing, Wiley, but you got to be right place and right time with players because most people want to get in certain events and sign up, and it's just like here's a good thing. Mike is a good one to get in these games and his crew because Mike floats. Right, Mike's a
Yeah, but
floater.
it's
You got to
his
find the
crew.
floater people. Yeah,
But it's hard to find. They're a wonderful gang
yeah,
of gamers,
yep.
and it's fantastic fun to hang out with. Yeah.
Definitely a fun thing. Yep. So here's the group. Now notice I need to update my banner because I have a 7th sponsor, and I gotta get this change. I gotta have the 43 on it. So you gotta be the social butterfly. Yep. So there we go on that. So always gotta be against the wall too because of that for the most part. Picture of me and Alyssa Faden with our glasses on. There we go. And I have it
Yep.
shaved, as you can see. Yep. So I
You're
survived.
a convention. You have more important thing to do than to.
I started getting the con crud on Sunday morning, and Alyssa's
Yep.
game. I played in Alyssa's Call of Cthulhu game,
Yep.
and survived in that
I got it
adventure.
on my way home too. Yep.
Look at that. This is a group of mugs here. All right, so we got Christoph, Rob, myself, Kayla. I forget. He's a big Matt. I forget what Matt's second name is.
Matt, yeah,
and Matt and Chris.
Yeah.
Yep. Tim Satley. This is T Satley. He's on a lot on Twitch, and some lady yelling at you saying, "I'm just kidding."
Yep. Don't sit here. Yep.
So there's the coffee machine back here. There it is.
That kept you alive.
Oh yes, that thing. Look at all the buttons on it. It's awesome.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was complicated. Yep.
I'm so young there. That's funny. Yeah, hopefully I can get young
Tim
again.
was not Tim Ever Mysterious. Tim was not at Gary Con,
Who,
unfortunately.
the
He
ever
would love
mysterious
to.
Tim?
Yeah,
Oh
it was not
no,
at Gary Con, but it would have been
no.
wonderful to have him there. But he wasn't there.
Yeah,
So
my
yeah.
guys don't travel well. They don't because they get thrown out of their house.
Uh-oh.
You can't. I'm there an entire week. You think Tim, Bill, or Walt's going to be able to go to a con for an entire week? Hey, Dale. No. All right. Here's Todd Stashwick, and here's Josh Sterrett, right? And
Yeah.
myself.
Yeah.
I played in Todd's game on Saturday. All right, Dalel. Okay, Dale. Dale. Yes, it's Dale. Oh, I have another announcement too about Dale coming up at the end as well. I don't have a banner for you. That's what I forgot. And then here's Todd's group that I played in. That was a fun one, and that's his Mystic Libations book adventure, which I have.
Oh,
So
cool.
he
Yeah.
ran that. That was fun. That was
Yeah.
that was a fun day. And imagine having playing with a real Hollywood actor who's got, hundreds of credits, and 12 Monkeys and all the other stuff he's done. And having him playing, it's cool to add some really
hmm
nice friends. So it was a great time. So I think that's it. Oh no, I got to show one more thing.
hmm
So Josh played a joke on me, a bad joke.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, he did. Josh
What the
Pop.
heck was?
So this is the
Oh,
memory.
yes.
Yeah. So this is the memory board of all those that have passed, that have gone to
hmm
previous Gary Cons or in the
Yeah.
name in the industry. So what does Jay do? But I note that Leonard Lakofka is not on here, right? So I write Leonard's name here because his name's not on the thing,
hmm
right? So I just put it on there because I'm like, man, Leonard had just passed within a year.
A year. Yeah.
Yeah, and so then Josh comes to me and he gets me good, and Josh says, Jay, man, I know you put Leonard's name on there, but Luke was going to do that himself in his ceremony, and you kind of ruined it. And he got me good. I was like,
I remember that.
Dale, it's not chunking. It's not chunking, Dale. Just refresh, man. Just refresh it out.
Yep.
We're really good. We got no chunks here or anything. Yeah, so he got me really good on this,
hmm
on this list here.
Yep.
So, yep, yeah, it was. Yeah, it's something. Josh busts. Yeah, he busts him really good there.
hmm
So I have one video of our game I'm going to
Oh.
show. Okay, let's see if I can do this. I don't know if the sound's going to. Oh, I'm going to have to throw it into a screen here. All right, I'm going to have to do it this way. I'm going to throw it into the screen manually. All right, that way you can hear the sound here, and that's the wrong one. Let me remove that. It's this one. And then I'm going to have to stop it. Oh, there we go. Itself.
We're gonna have ribeye tonight, boys.
Yeah. That could be the opening. That could be the. There he is. Chuck.
Hey, Chuck.
So that Chuck Cumbo took that little of us playing there. So
Yep.
that was nice that he gave me that thing. Yeah.
Dave and
So there you go.
and yep.
Yeah, it was nice to have that. So nice little bit. It was a great time, and I'm so looking forward to it this year. And at the end of the stream, I'll talk
Gary
about
Con is such a
It's so
wonderful
worth it.
convention. Yeah, it's
It
not
is
that
so-
huge, and it's a lot of friends and yep, it's
Yeah. No, it's not. It's not. The con. See, when you're a con goer, you get used to that. You get used to the sound. The sound's drawn out. By the way, Dale and everyone else, once again, Cave Geek Art. We're giving away an actual Cave Geek Art print of Greyhawk, of the area around Greyhawk City, tonight, and have a bunch of them ready to go for the fundraiser too. So, yep. It's not that bad, really, because you drown out what thing that's going around, around you. So it's not bad. Note that when Josh saw that, I showed that to him. Josh goes, "Where's your mask? Your masks were acquired last year." I was like,
we were kind of on and off.
"Yeah." I was like,
It was actually, I think it was required at the convention, but not at the hotel in general, or
Right.
something like that. I think it was
Yeah.
some quirky rules according. Yeah.
So that was Gary Con in all its splendor.
Yep.
No, both Anna and I got ill on the way home.
Yep.
Not
Not
I was there a
COVID
whole
though,
week.
but yeah, not COVID, but a nasty con crud. Yeah.
Yeah. So that is something that you know, and I once again, none of these adventures on my log are part of that. So you know, I know some other people said they may show up. I think Lexfire said, George P. Tony said he's going to come. Von Mocha, are you coming again this year?
Oh, that will be awesome. Yeah.
You know, and just I'm looking forward
Mhm.
to it. Definitely. All right. So talk shows. You know what? I have to bring this down here, and then I have to link it to this. Let me put them both up, so I don't have to go back once. And then we'll. All right. Put that there, and go over here. Okay. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. My hotel room was within 300 feet of where games were, man. So
mine will be next year too. That
Yeah.
would be awesome. or this year. Sorry, not this year. So yeah. So I will for the first time. That will be my fourth. Yeah, my fourth Gary Con, and I will actually stay at the hotel that time. So yeah, next time. So that will be good.
I have these year based. So we did 51 Legends and Lore this year.
That's wow.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Practically one every week.
It is,
except for 1 week.
Except for 1 week when I was traveling for work, or you know what? We didn't do. We did do one at Gary Con.
Oh yeah, we did. We did do one at Gary Con. Oh yeah, we did. Yeah, it was some other week we didn't do one, but we done.
Yeah, Gary Con 14 Live. What's going on in Greyhawk? We did that. And then we did Heraldry after that. We've done so. You'd think we'd be running out of ideas, because I know Gary Julian said, "Well, you guys are going to run out of ideas. You know, we're going to have to start doing stuff." We haven't yet. In fact, what we're doing on Wednesday's new. So,
it's more like we need to vary, so we don't do. We've done like heavy world building for like 3 episodes now, so we need to vary them, so we don't do one type of topic week after week. So if we talked heavy about modules 1 week, then we need to do something else, and if we had a living Greyhawk, then we need to do something else from that, so to speak. So, and then, but we've started the My Greyhawk series, which I think is awesome. We've only had 1 or 2 so far, but we're looking forward to having Dale and his brother on talking about their campaign, and we have several others we would love to have on the show talking about their Greyhawk campaigns. So yeah, so I think it's cool. Yeah,
just so a sneak peek, we have Dale in 3 weeks.
Okay. Yep.
So some of the highlights here, if I look immediately, is I remember we had Rick Miller on twice.
Yeah,
and we did one on The Veil of the Mage, right?
Yeah,
The Veil
that was
of the
a good
Mage,
one.
right?
That was a good one.
We had, and that was a real good one. We also had Slaying the Dragon, Ben Riggs on himself.
Oh yes, that was a great episode when he
Greyhawk.
That's a great book, and it was a great interview about a great book.
Greyhawk's the original setting of Gary Gygax.
Yep. So it's the first published D&D setting.
Yep.
The oldest. Yeah. And in many ways, they kind of the where D&D was born in many ways.
And my campaign's going into year 43. So we had, and the funny thing was Ben Riggs this is a funny story. Ben Riggs is at Gary Con. I have no idea who he is. I didn't even know about the book.
Yeah.
And Anna and I get there early because we switched rooms with Stephen Chenault.
We were going to have our fantasy mapping show after he had his. He was 1 hour into it, 1.5 or something like that.
And
halfway
there was 3 people in the room. And I'm thinking to myself, man, he had a good story on like.
He had a fantastic presentation. So I wonder, where are all the people? There should be 100 people there listening.
And there was only 3 people. And then when Anna and I went in, there was 5.
Yeah,
so
and we started asking questions and stuff, and then he talked about at that seminar. He talked about how 3rd edition D&D was created, And now I'm eagerly awaiting a book about third edition because that seminar was fantastic,
Yep.
and that should be leading up to a book. I really hope so because he had a lot of cool stuff for that one.
So in Legends and Lore is a lot more Greyhawk based than mine, which is more my campaign and general stuff. But we've done multiple Living Greyhawks this year:
Yep.
Bissell, Shieldlands, Yeomanry, on wall. We had the Brits on from that, which is great. That was a great discussion. We had them back as well. Remember when
Yep.
we did? Uh, Gosh, which one was it? It was one of those where was the encounter tables. I forget which one it was, but we had them back on to help discuss stuff out of the Living Greyhawk journals, right? And yeah,
Yep.
that was neat.
And we had several Living Greyhawk ones that have been fantastic. So
Yeah.
thank you, Casey, for putting those together.
Absolutely.
Especially the ones with the Brits. That was awesome. Yeah.
We've done some on locations, like the Pomarge. We did an islands one. We did some deep dives into some people. This was great. This is a funny one. The Greyhawk deep dive where we did the first Living Greyhawk journals, and so the post went up, and Stephen Radney McFarlane goes, "Oh, I really want to participate in that."
Yep.
2 days before.
Yep.
And then Eric Mona found out the day before, or that day, and it's like,
yeah, and he wanted in on it.
Yeah,
he
wanted in on it too. So, yeah. Thank you for the follow. Yeah, it's a great Cape Geek Arc map giveaway. So we've done some really interesting ones, some that are all over the place, but it's been a good year for Legends and Lore. Here's a discussion with Dewey Carther and Rick Miller. We talked generally about his campaign setting and his maps and things.
Then we started a series of when we did academic deep dives with economy and politics that we never thought even I never thought it would be a hit, but I just so desperately wanted to have them, and they turned out to be good. So we did trade the last time, so they're good too. So we should sprinkle them in every other month or so. Yeah.
I love this one on when we did hero deities, saints, and quasi deities. I love that one.
That was a good one.
We went deep into the ones that are in Living Greyhawk journals that no one knows about. Because remember, Eric said they made up one for every alignment, which was cool, and I had never even known about that one. I like that one. We had Joe Block on for the Pomarge. You know. And then we have a new series that's going to come up once every couple months called My Greyhawk. So we had Rich Longitalis on the first time to talk about his My Greyhawk.
That was a good one. Yep.
The next My Greyhawk, I've been alluding to this, Dale and his brother, so Asher the Bear, who's on now, or as I say, Ash Hurt the Bear.
Yes, he said that was
is coming on the 18th. So in 3 Legends and Lores, we're going to have another My Greyhawk, where he's going to talk about the Highlanders, which is in the North Province. So that's going to be a great discussion.
Yep.
So that's in 3 Legends and Lores. So, and here, here's the thing, and we did a lot of like regional production, and trade routes was last week, and that a lot. We did the maps one just recently. So politics, horrors. I mean, we're all over the place with stuff, and it's just like we pick a topic. Mike tends to really dig deep.
He is the topic instigator. He comes up with all cool topics, and usually has that 2 or 3, and it's up to me and Jay to pick.
Yeah.
Exactly. We use them all eventually. So yeah.
So this is what we're doing Wednesday. This is so Secrets of the Cairn Hills.
Yep.
Okay. I get to talk about the Doom Grinder again.
Yep. You can bash the Doom Grinder.
I can bash the Doom Grinder.
Yep.
So that's Wednesday night, Secrets of the Cairn Hills. So we already got the schedule all set here.
Is that 184? Yep.
Yeah, we've done it. We're up to number 184.
Yeah, so there will be 200 next year sometime.
Oh, there's definitely, Wiley, there's secrets all over the place, and we're going to share some of them.
Yep.
There's a lot.
And then we have to see if we can do something special for episode 200 coming up this spring, summer, sometime. Yep.
By the way, I'm at 985 in adventures.
Oh.
I'm 15 away from 1,000.
Then you have to do something special. Yes, exactly.
I got to figure that out.
A special.
Yeah. But I just can't project out yet. When I get 4 or 5 or 6 away, I can project out the date on the 1,000th adventure. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, so that is Legends and Lore. And then Gabbin's.
Yeah.
We're a little All right. So Gabbins we have from 177, which is year in review 2021, down to 227 legendary spells of Greyhawk and the realms with Ed Greenwood, which was
Oh,
which is
that was a good
Monday.
one. Yep.
That was awesome. I mean, oh, and I have those spells by the way. So if you want those spells now that they're done and compiled, just
Yep.
whisper me, please Discord me or so that I can just pop it right in there. One of the spells is named for a PC in my campaign.
Yep.
My guys are crying about it, but too bad. So, yeah, yeah. Hey, you don't participate, you don't get input. So for my players, but we had so. We'll talk about the fundraiser ones.
Yeah, but what stand out to me is the series when we've done all the Greyhawk content in the Dungeon Magazine adventures.
Yep, done it for
that
a
has
long
been
time.
for me been a great series of ongoing series because they've uncovered so many goodies, little parts and tidbits that I can make use of in map making. So for me, they've been a real treat to do them.
Well, always a Winchester. You got it, Bill. Definitely. Yeah. So Sean Reynolds was on recently. Tanya the Past was on. That was probably one of the toughest.
Sean Reynolds' episode was great. He was a lot of fun
fantastic.
to talk to. Yeah.
We swing back up here a little bit earlier, and we had on Steve Winter.
Yes, that was another great interview.
Roger Moore.
Mm-hmm.
We had Stefan Picorni on a DM's Roundtable.
Yeah,
that was good.
Is it time for a DM roundtable soon? We haven't had one in a
while.
while.
It's coming up. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Rick Rose and Malden and Eric Mona hopped on that one. The Free City of Greyhawk discussion. I think this was that was the coup of the year because no one had heard from Rick Rose ever, right? And then Malden was talking to him, Dennis, and and that is him. This one. That's this part of that. Folk feuds and factions. Now there is some good news on that end. This one, right? The Gem of the Flannis one. Doug Niles just finally accepted my friend request on Facebook.
Oh,
so I have a shot.
A possibility now.
Yeah, I have a shot. He did accept it. So
that will be fantastic. Yep. If we can get
Norker,
him on.
get rid of that slash mark there. Yep. So that's a possibility there. So and Ed Greenwood just comes on a lot, which is I have no problem with at all.
No, we all love Ed.
Yeah, and then we did some Wall of Fame deep dives where I went over my Wall of Fame, all my great adventures on the wall, and if you guys don't, let me get a number here, so I can just that one I didn't put in this folder here.
How many people stay play Greyhawk? There's definitely, I think the fan base is definitely about 5,000 or more because a lot of on Facebook and stuff, there's several Facebook groups and stuff that have about 5,000 people. I have regularly over 2,000 people that access my website.
Yeah.
So on a regular basis.
So I
wouldn't be so. Yeah, I think it's between 5,000 and 10,000 who actively often play Greyhawk that are really into it, and then probably equal amount of people or 3 times that number that are a little bit interested and follow it a bit, so to speak.
Since my shout outs aren't working, can someone with know-how link the Cannon Fire Discord and the Virtual GrowCon or the Growk Events Discords if you can. If not, I'll see if I can do it as we go if we don't get them linked for any of those in, because normally I just hit a button and it would work. Thanks, Rob. Yeah, both Cannon Fire and Greyhawk Events. So hey Dee. So Wall of Fame Deep Dive was talking about these are my Wall of Fame modules. These are all real, the part in the campaign. And we went through them a lot on Gabbins, as you can see, all 6 times. The only thing that broke up was the Wizard. So this was an anniversary. This was the 200th Gabbin. We had Ed Greenwood on for Forgotten Realms, Elminster. We had Jim Ward on for Mordenkainen, and then we had Jeff Grubb on for I forget the name of the wizard from Dragonlance. So we had all 3 representatives on that during the 200th, and that was an interesting discussion, with all 3 of them as well. And then we just, there's a lot of so we had the Ask the Experts is at the end of GreyhawkCon, so
And you had some crafting shows too.
Yes, we did. We had some crafting shows. We're going to always have more crafting shows too.
You should definitely have more crafting shows. Yep.
Yeah, Troy. The gems on it. Yeah, I know which ones. Yeah, the Gary Julian joke one is really funny.
Oh yes,
yeah.
Yep. That's an awesome one.
But you're right. We did some dragon articles here on 213, and then I said to myself, let's do. No one's ever gone over adventures, and so we started really. And then I did ones from like 01 to 35 or whatever.
Yeah,
50
we
or
started.
60 first
Yeah,
one.
in the early. Yeah. Exactly. And the early ones, there were not that much Greyhawk content, but then it became more and more. So we haven't got that more. What is it, like 4 or 5 issues per 2 hours?
Yeah. Now with Age of Worms, it's going to really drag. It's going to really, really drag down there.
But it's good. Yeah.
And then, Ed loves coming on. And so it's an honor to have him on whenever he wants to come on.
Oh, yeah.
Great. So let me go here and here. So just on Monday, we had a holiday special with Ed, and we talked about spells, and he gave us 6 brand new spells, which was awesome. It was awesome to see. So I've done some experimenting here too. I did a game show. That was the trivia challenge. We've done some, I'll mess around. I always on Gabbin, I try to really spread it out here. Talk about old school, multiple DMs roundtables. I think we're at 12. Yeah, we're due for a DMs roundtable. We're at number 12, so I got to get some new DMs who haven't participated. There were D&D icons playing that module for charity. Did you see my Twitter post today? That's a funny thing. So someone on Twitter this morning or last night put, "I love the cartoon with gargoyles in it. Why doesn't someone make a D&D game with gargoyles in it?" And I think to myself, "You freaking kidding me?" So I go into Twitter and I link it, and then I ran it during St. Jude for Luke and Eric and all, and then Luke. This happened just today. Yeah. So if I can find that and link it, I will link it to you. If I can do that in the middle of everything else, yeah. I actually, and I linked the cover and all. There's a lot of likes on it. So that is what happened with all of our, our crafting jam. That's at 205. We had a crafters jam. That's been a while. Yeah. It's been 20 some episodes.
Exactly. That's meaning you need to have at least like quarterly or something.
Bill's
it should
never
be 4 per year. So I know. That's too bad because those are great. Yeah. And I don't even do crafting, and I still love those shows because they're great too.
We'll see if we can get another one together. I don't think it'll be that hard to get together. I just really got to plan that out about a month in advance.
Yeah.
Those crafting ones. So, yep. Well. Another fun. So that's a ball of laughs. He's not paying enough. Who's not paying enough? I will pay. I say this to everyone on my channel. I will pay you what I pay at Greenwood.
Yes.
Yep. So there you go. Hey, Greenwood is tops of the food chain, and yes.
Yep. So we all get paid less than or the same amount. Yep. We don't get paid more.
I'm not running Barrier Peaks. Sir Andrew's running Barrier Peaks during Virtual GroutCon this year coming up from Warp. He said he's going to do it, so I'm going to hold him to it. And that'll even be better because, he's a true legend. Yeah, he's going to. Yeah, I know. It's the legend of legends, really, that group. So, all right. Well, that's it for talk shows. Now, fantasy mapping show, and I hate to go to the Ed well. But we had 11 fantasy mapping shows. We did miss one month this year.
But I think we must say it this year, the top fantasy mapping show, and to me, the one I love the most when we talked about Forgotten Realms maps and cartography with Ed Greenwood, meaning few things beat that. It's just that's the
that is just cheer episode.
And cheer episode, which was a lot of fun and a lot of gifts. But to babble about Forgotten Realms maps with Ed Greenwood for 2 hours, that is just awesome.
Yeah, there's exactly, Jimmy. There's there's money no. So I can't show any of those maps because that's on my other machine because I got my new machine, so I didn't transfer all the files over. Yep. But so that was the great one. Ed showed
you can watch it on YouTube and go back. And we've talked to Ed, so hopefully we can make a follow-up this year maybe and make a part 2 of that discussion. Yep.
Yeah,
because there are questions we never got to that I want to ask him
absolutely.
and stuff. So we talked to Ed, and he was interested in doing a follow-up. So maybe sometime this year. We'll see. Yeah.
But I will shout out to Alyssa that Alyssa is working hard on her maps,
Yep.
right? So we do have that going for us.
Quarterly, I think it is that she's going to do.
So we have,
Yeah.
I've showed,
Yep,
Waltham is done. Here's
yeah,
there's Waltham.
Waltham, and we
Okay,
have
so Waltham's
Krakenheim is
completed.
done, I think. Yeah.
This
Or
was a
very
work in
close to,
yeah, very
yeah, I
close.
think
There's
yeah.
Krakenheim
Yep.
with all its
That is not the final version,
right
but
with
close to
its
the final
great
version. Yep.
longhouse or whatever. So yep.
And she just announced the next one, and that was something down in Hepmona Land, if I remember correctly.
Oh, did she announce that?
Yep.
Okay.
I saw on her Patreon. I
missed
forgot
that.
which one of it, but it's down in Hepmona Land, I think. Yep.
Okay. So let me go back here and switch things around here a little bit. Okay. We got 8:14. Wow, time's flying by. All right, next. Virtual GradCon. We have had it for 3 years. It's the first weekend in October. Let me go to the right folio here. Right. Okay. I probably need to get more stuff out. So, Virtual GradCon, this is last year's. This is 2022's September 30th, October 2nd. We have a lot of streamers that get involved, and that is just schedules.
It was crazy busy fun this year, and I think or last year, but I think this year will be even bigger. Yeah,
I hope so. Like for example, as you can see, I do have the schedules here. Here's the Friday schedule. As you can see, we keeping it really busy. Of all, this doesn't count all the events you can sign up for and play in. All right, this is just the live stream games. But all these live stream games, if they're not a seminar, have signups. I require it now for it. And then here is Saturdays. And then Evermisters Tim, and then the Grand Joust, which we're going to talk about. And then just some really great stuff.
That has become now a staple. That's one of the grand finale of Virtual GradCon is the when you do the joust. Yep.
Yeah, and I've got to do it again this year after what happened.
Oh yeah,
this year,
it's
definitely.
so much fun. I haven't participated, but it's so much fun to watch. It's just awesome. Yep.
Oh, that's good to hear that you got special edition Curtis, that you're able to play in that. I'm glad to see that. This is your favorite gaming weekend of the year, Rob. That's good, because as you can see, Rob Phantom's in there too. So we have and Anna actually streamed her game.
Yeah, that was the first time I streamed the game, and it was a lot of fun. Yep.
Yeah.
And there will be more stream games coming next Sunday and onwards. So, but I'll get to that later. Yep.
Awesome. But note that, and then at the end we have a great Ask the Experts panel, and that is always huge. And that's a Gabbin show, and that wraps things up. Wonderful, wonderful time. But you're right. Highlights of that is having, and I love doing it. I really do. And this is, the culmination of crafting comes into this with Bill and our sponsor Gamescape 3D.
But that's like your usual setup on steroid. I mean, everything that makes your games good done better, so to speak, because it's really well suited for your play style. You get everything in there, and it's just it's a feast. It's awesome. It really suits your play style, and you have Tim doing the shout outs and a bunch of stuff like that, and it is fantastic.
And we have a lot of fun with it, and it's just a blast. And this year we had Luke Gygax was playing in it, and Luke went to the semifinals, right? So the son of Melf, Eliator or Smelf, made it to the semifinals, and Alyssa Faden was in it too. She played. We had and I usually have sign-ups, and I had a little special elimination where previous champions came in.
Yeah,
and only one of them got back in. Only one of them made it back to be able to go back in. I think that was Lady Finney, and I think that was Chantel's character made it back in. And but the winner this year was Bones was playing Lady Israel, and she won. She won the joust, which is really cool. So it was a fun time. And
Yeah.
the great thing is that, I mean, it took, when we did this the first time, it took Bill, like, we have 17 or 18 painted really nicely jousting miniatures, and they're all on the table, right? And so it was a Herculean task. Plus now we have the jousting terrain. This stuff's never leaving my house. I'm not taking this to go to a con.
No,
This
no,
is
no,
just
no,
so
no. You
this
need
is
to.
so
Yeah.
these little
Mm-hmm.
posts up with all the banners, that
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't be a good thing to have out of town. But Altamir's in the background here, and are in the violet-eyed ladies over here, so you got a lot of neat things going on in the town. So yep. But it was a really fun event for me running it. And the first things have gotten a little bit better. Like that was the third virtual GrowdCon. First year I was going nuts, right? Because I was running extra things just to fill holes. You would have a stroke. It's not leaving the house. This is not one of the things I'm taking to go to a con, Bill. There's no way I could have that leave.
You have to make a second copy and
Oh my
bring
gosh.
it there.
But I've learned that I only need to do one game, and that's the joust, and let everyone else DM stuff. Tim or
Yeah.
everyone else can DM, and I just
Yep.
So yeah, and that is that's it. So very cool. So the joust was fun. We had a great time for that. And so if you don't know, Virtual GrowdCon 4 is these dates: October 3rd to the 5th, first weekend in October. All right. So starting around in June, I will start getting streamers together and getting people to start getting games in and all for that October. And we'll continue to roll with it, just like we have every year, and have fun with it. And, we'll look forward to another great year with a Virtual GrowdCon, our fourth one. The fourth.
Yep.
Okay. And this was the logo from it for this year.
Yep.
And this was a thank you, Troy. And this
Yep.
was an ode to Leonard Lakofka and Bone Hill. Rediscover Secrets and Legends, which is on the T-shirts. So good. That's good, man. It's a good idea, Rob. Way up ahead. Yeah, smart for that weekend to do. Excellent. It was awesome.
Monday off for recovery. Yep.
Okay, so just a couple picks I haven't shared with anyone. There's Mark Meir. Mark played in a game in 2 Drink Minimum. He played in a game, and so there.
Yeah.
He's best known as the main character in Mass Effect. That's his voice. He's the voice guy from that, and the actor for Mass Effect. So and he's done a lot of other things too. So we had Mark on the stream once. That was, my break in. He and Todd are my break into Hollywood. Thanks, Blood Wild. I did not take a lot of pics at PAX Unplugged, Rob. I have here. There's Joe Block at PAX Unplugged, which is only the beginning of December. Wasn't feeling it. It's just and I don't know, and he was the same way. And I'm like, hey man, you're trying to sell old school here. It's gonna be tough. You may sell a little bit, but yeah. And then I got the Fate of the Norns booth though. So Andrew, right? Valus, I can't even say his name.
I'm not sure how it was spelled. Vasulskis or something. Yeah.
Andrew will be playing with us at GaryCon in the 2 Drink Minimum, because Ed's going with him, because Ed, you see all this posts on Twitter. Ed is posting a ton of stuff because he does work for them for Fate of the Norns. So no problem. Have a good one. All right. I barely took any pictures at PAX, and that's okay. All right. Yeah, you will meet Ed Scott, no problem. It won't be an issue. Last year, our fundraiser was mostly the same weekend. There will be dragons, and all the participating channels are on. And this ran from 3 days. we had a great group of participants. And lofty goals, like $10,000 to $12,000 was the goal, right? Because we had done 4,000 or whatever the previous year, and we're like, no, we had done
Maybe-
10. We had done 10.
Yeah.
We had done 10, and we're like, let's see what
we have
get.
been doubled every year
Yeah,
up
we
to,
wanted to get
and
to
then it was
15.
10. We got to 10,000 by doubling it every year, and then we say, oh, can we double it again?
Yeah, and I was like, no. I was like, 15. I'd be happy with 15.
Mm-hmm.
And it got to the point where, thanks, Captain Ron. It's good to see you. I know you're gonna have events too. And then, so here's an example. Larry Elmore donated 6 of his signed dragon prints, which was awesome.
Yep.
That was great. And Kafir stepped up. And then here's the story. So Kafir said a Cape Geek, and that's why we're giving it. Oh, Tom, the Vindicator. Thanks, Tom. Very kind. Good to see you, dude. Kafir says, if you guys break 20,000, I'm working on this map, this map, and I will give the original to someone, and pick. And so, and that's the one I have behind me in print, right? I have a whole bunch of prints on it, but the original one was done, and it's hours and hours of work, and these things commission thousands of dollars. I'm like, Kafir, you want to do that? He's like, yeah, man, if you get to $20,000, it's worth it. So last Sunday night of when we do our wrap-up show, we were at $18,000, and I'm like, man, we're gonna just fall short. And then I won't say who it is, but a mystery donor put $2,000 in that night, and then we got up to $20,500. Tom, thanks a lot, man. Really appreciate it. Looking forward to you playing on Thursday night.
Yeah.
And we did 20,500, and I was blown away by the generosity. So Rob, you have that, right? Rob Phantom has it, which is awesome. Has that print, and we got another second level 3 hype train tonight. All right, I'm adding a set of Oculus Titan dice, the second giveaway. So there you go. We got the map, and then we got a Titan dice set. All right, sounds good. Oh, Patrick,
wow.
Patrick, he probably could have. I appreciate that. Up the hype train, but he probably could have. He probably didn't realize his Prime was up. So, but that's okay. Patrick does those things. We appreciate it.
He gets us often.
Yeah. So, oh gosh, I gotta definitely add Greg Reborn's logo too, because they're gonna have games. I forgot. So, oh, Troy, thanks, man. Very kind.
Wow.
Kicking off 2023, very generous. Thank you all. So this year, I'm like, how the hell are we gonna outdo this? I $20,500 over 3 days for a community that's small like ours. That's Herculean, right? I mean, that is just, and it's so amazing what the community has done. So some of you have been sneak peeked the participants. Jared, I would love that. So Anna is going to discuss this. Here is the banner and the announcement for this year's 5th annual St. Jude's Greyhawk Mega Stream Fundraiser event, and it is titled Legends. Okay.
Zombie goats. Yep.
Yes. Legends.
That's awesome, Alex.
Yes. Do you like that? I think this is like Anna's outdone herself with this one. So Anna, why don't you talk about what you got here?
Well, this year's was Legends. So I came up with the idea of doing silhouettes from Greyhawk famous NPCs and characters from the Greyhawk campaign. So I put them in as silhouettes, and there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them in there. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in there. So see if you can name those 8. Okay.
So
and they're silhouetted in there.
We will start here.
Yes, some of them are easy, some of them are hard. Yeah.
We'll start here. Who's this?
Yeah.
See who gets this.
and one is actually twice, depending on how you see it or not.
Ron got it. It's technically
Yes.
Tasha.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
technically Tasha.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you kind of
Yeah.
kind of right too with
Yep.
with Igwil. Yeah.
Who's this?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. Yep.
Who's this?
Yeah, the big guy in the middle of there. That's
Who's
probably,
this? And tell me
probably
where
the
that one's
easiest.
from.
Yep.
It's Tim. Yes.
Yep.
It's Grazitz and Igwolf from
Yep.
where? Where is that from? We just showed it on a Gabbin a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, and if you watch my last mapping live stream,
Yes,
I actually did
the Dungeon
this
Magazine
one on,
cover.
Yeah. Yep.
Yes, Fiend's Embrace. You got it, Dale. Yeah, absolutely. Look,
Yep.
she did the eyes. Okay.
Yep.
Who's this?
That's a little bit trickier, but yeah.
I knew that one right off the bat. Nope.
No, it's not Robilar.
This must be Zarathon. Correct, Bill.
Yes.
It's Tensor. Good job,
Yep.
Bill and Patrick. Yes.
Yep. Good. Yep.
How about this one?
Yeah, we skip one on purpose.
Yeah. The last two we skipped two. The last is Morning Canaan. Where's that from? Where's that from? Anyone? Yes. It's This Morning Canaan.
Yep.
Good job. All right, the last two.
Yeah, those two are really.
This
tough.
one.
Yep, that one is tough.
This one. Who's that?
He can cast spells.
Yeah, that one's not Tensor. Tensor's here. Yeah, it's this one here.
Yep.
Nope. This is not Tensor again. Oscar the Grouch. No, you got to think. You got to think on this one.
No,
it's
not Bigby.
It's not Bigby. You're close.
Yep.
Cousin it. No, you got to think of big poofy hair.
Yeah. Yep, big poofy hair. Yep.
Big poofy hair. Nope, not Otto Luke. You're getting closer.
Yeah, closer.
Closer. Yep. Yes, it's Otto.
Otto. Yes, it's Otto.
It's Otto with that big hair he has. Yep. And then this one's almost impossible.
Yep.
This
looks
one
like a little rock or a little protrusion there.
Yeah, you got to think of something around the head. Yeah.
It wears a hood. Yeah.
Thanks. Thank you there, Prometheus. Yeah, that one over there. That one someone already said.
He's known. Yeah, he's known for having a hood on most pictures. Yeah, of him.
Yep.
Most illustrations of him are with a hood. Yep.
Yeah, that's Big B. Yep.
Yep,
exactly.
It's Big B.
So there you go. So I thought it was brilliant, and it pops out. The logos for all the participants pop out. Couple things. I know. Will's not streaming anymore, but Will said if there's a hole, he'll fill it or he'll play. I just left that on for the time being. Yep. We do have a new participant, Fabled 42. He was on G-Dub. He was just on a little while ago.
Yep. So
he's in, and also we also know that we oh my gosh, John Phoenixy Walkie's participating as well, and I got to put Grail Reborn on here as well. I have slots I can work with for other people. If you're a streamer and you want to participate, and maybe a shitty time slot, you gotta understand that, because the people who've been year after year after year, like Duff, myself, John, Troller Games, Guild Superior, I gotta give them the prime slots. Yeah. All right, Rob, I got you in. It may be late night, early morning. You're okay with that? So we'll get you a slot. That's no problem, Rob. We got you.
Yeah,
right, cool.
And there's some room on the sides there in the black that we can put more logos in. So
we got plenty of room.
We can even make the image even wider with more legends in there if need be.
Very
so
cool. So everyone else is already confirmed. It's on here, so we're good. So some of the things I think I showed a paint stream there. Darling, I'd rather you DM. Paint streams are DMing is a good one. Either or. Let me think about that. But I'd love for you to DM a game. That's what I think you should do. I think you should DM. You got a huge audience. You got a great viewership. I would love to see you DM something. Okay, sounds good. Biggest thing I have so far, I've shown it a couple times, is First Edition Player's Handbook. Now it's a later print. Big deal. This is from Gamescape 3D. But now, who got the Free City Garrock box set sealed last year? Someone got that. That came from Jeremy's Gamescape as well. Right. Well, it's signed by both Gary Gygax and Dave Arneson. Okay. So I don't have something signed by Gary Gygax and Dave Arneson. That is probably going to be one of the top, yes. So exactly. I have participating now, Gamescape, Infinite Dimensions, Reaper, Troller Games, Stratagem, Wiz Dice, Cave Geek Art. And I've asked someone else today to participate. Yes, it's being held by me, so it's got my oils on it now, so it's even more priceless. Gitano. Yes, signed by two legends. I mean, Dave and Gary both passed too. Think about that. It just so no problem, darling. I'll see you soon if you're streaming. But that's going on, and here's the idea: why legends? Why name legends? All right, this is the tough part. I'm trying. Not only the DMs, the theme is legends. I want you to run an adventure with some legendary things or people in it from Greyhawk. Okay. Hey, you want to fight freaking Grazits? Go for it, man. Right? Whatever. If you want to throw some Circle of 8 people in there, you want to, I'm all for all that. But also, I'm trying to get some big names to participate this year. All right. And spread them out among streams. I can't guarantee that every stream is going to have a huge name, but I'm going to try. All right. So far, I have Ed Greenwood and Eric. Now they want to play together, and Eric wants me to DM Puppets, so I'm kind of stuck with them both, right? And Richard Baker is playing in Blue Box's game. Luke Gygax confirmed today. Okay, said he's more than likely in, and I'm working on a lot of other people. So I just wanted to wait till I didn't want to bother anyone over the holidays with this. So now I'm going to be starting to crank out and see who we can get. If you have a connection for someone that you think you can help me get, please, I'd appreciate it. Okay, because we just want to get some, and it could be, it doesn't have to be, it could be, it doesn't have to be someone from the Greyhawk world either. If you got a connection somewhere, or you got a high profile streamer you want to get involved, that's fine too. Lots and lots of things. All right, so that's my idea. I'm like, how are we going to surpass $20,000, Anna? I got to think of some kind of shtick. So, yeah.
It will be a lot of fun. Yep.
Jeff Grubb is on the invite list, and the invite's going out tomorrow to Jeff. I have him on my first round of invites. I already got Jeff Grubb on the invite list. Yep, he's set. I'm reaching out to Larry Elmore and a couple others tomorrow with the initial emails. So, yep, got that all set up. So I'm going to try and get them. I'm going to try and get them in the games and see what we can do to spread out. Maybe we should ask Alyssa and some other people too, and get them in the game. So hopefully you like the idea for this year. It's going to be a fun time. 5th annual one. First year we did $1,000. We did $1,020, and we had 3 streams. We were supposed to have 4, 1 canceled, so we had a whole 4 hours. But we had 3 streams. We did $1,000, and then it doubled, and then took off after that. So I'm excited about this, and we have some great streamers and partners participating. Plus, Greyhawk Reborn is going to do some stuff too, so that makes it all worthwhile. It's a very worthwhile charity. So, any comments, Anna, about the fundraiser? And like I said, wonderful job on this.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Yeah, I love that. This is my first chance to do my little bit in this, and it's so much fun just to enjoy it and then participate. It's awesome. So yeah. So I'm really looking forward to this. This is the first highlight in the Greyhawk community of the year, so to speak. So, and then comes GaryCon after that. So, yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the 3 big things we have is the fundraiser, GaryCon, and then Virtual Greyhawk Con. Yeah, right there. But there's a lot of other stuff filtered in between.
Oh yeah, but it's one of the 3 biggest events in Greyhawk community. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Look, and it's just a wonderful thing. However you got to raise the money, you raise the money, right? That's it. And just note that I know some people save up for this and all, and that's great, and we really appreciate it. You know, but it's a great cause, and we have a wonderful cabal of streamers that participate and really make it fun for everyone. So if you're going to stream, think of some ideas at this point. Now you have carte blanche within logical reason of not getting a 30-day ban on Twitch. You understand what I'm saying? But if you want to run something crazy this year, legendary, go for it, man. You know, go for it. Just do it. I said for me, I'm more than likely going to run a modified version of Puppets, because Puppet's a lower level venture, at higher levels for Venarium Vord and for Ravalantar and for whoever else is playing in that. And I'm going to have a souped up on steroids Puppets. I think that'll be because if you don't know.
Uh-oh.
Duh.
You did it again.
I did it again. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Eric likes bad adventures, Eric Mona.
He came up with the idea of running a bad adventure every year, so that's awesome.
Yeah, Eric loves. So I'm gonna run this, but I'm going to strip out all its pomp and frills and stuff, because I got to fit it in 4 or 5 hours, and make it so that it is set for characters you all love in the campaign, and just have some fun with this thing. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. Dramatic pause. So you'll be seeing this blasted all over the place very shortly. Now the streamers I gave this to, have at it. If you want to start advertising, now's the time. You know, just because the only thing that's going to change is logos are going to be added, and when the logos are added, I will get it to you with updated one. I'm going to add Phoenixian Greyhawk Reborn tonight, and then I'll get that out tomorrow morning. So yes, I do it all the time. I pull this out all the freaking time. So that is, look at that, we're at 8:40. Other things that happened this year. Let's think about this. No Chuck, no Tim yet, so they're going to both be punished. I'm going to punish them somehow. Thinking. Anna, anything you want to think of for a rear interview, like on your end?
I'm putting together my kind of year in summing up the year and going into next year. So that will come to my patrons hopefully tomorrow or in a couple of days, because it's 25 years since I started doing this. So it will be a longer one than I've written other years, because I've summed up a little bit of what happened, and I have some historic tidbits and stuff sparkled in, and there's so much that I realize now looking back. There's so much I've done this year. Mona Land, I've updated all the maps and added heraldry and God knows what. So it's been in that kind of a really breakthrough year for me in a lot of sense, and also in the number of patrons, support, and participation everywhere. And I can really tell my inbox and notification list that I have every day, that really shows me that this year has been, I've gone from less than 200 to over 400 patrons, and participation in online in Gabbin's Legends and Lore fantasy mapping shows, and a bunch of podcasts and other stuff gone through the roof. So it's really been a breakthrough year in that sense. Plus a lot of new technology and a new workflow and stuff. So I thought I haven't got anything done, but I've got a hell of a lot done this year. And I'm looking forward to doing even more next year. So that will be a bunch of cool projects. And the good thing is I got the 598 Atlas out the door. I got the first heraldry stuff out the door to wrap up the year. So I've actually now done all the stuff that I set out to do in the public. There's a couple of small projects that I promised to do for others that I'm lagging. So I'm going to put some emphasis into that in January. So there might be a little bit of a lull in a couple of releases for a couple of weeks, but there is some cool stuff coming up. I have a bunch of things. We can mention a few. The first historic map is going to come fairly soon. There will be merch store this spring. There will be a new Earth update. Earth 2.0 will come, and there will be new series of heraldry, Elven, Dwarven, and more Orc heraldry. And so that is a little bit of what's coming up. So yeah.
Lots of stuff.
Yep.
So, Ron, I'd say Tomb of the Lizard King and Belcher and Speaking are both good ones because they're not super. Well, Tomb of the Lizard King's
Yeah.
a little longer, but you can always chop it down a little bit, West Marches style. That'd be cool for that. Yeah. So, so projects. Everyone knows the Altimeter project's going on. It's coming along slowly, but it's going on. Something I forgot to. No Magic the Gathering. Yeah. I have under my feet are probably $100,000 in Magic the Gathering cards I got to get through sometime. I have like 37 multi-lands, just moxes and stuff. I just sitting there. So I did run 2 BattleTech streams at the end of the year. I've done 4 in 4.5 years. But my guys want to play a little bit more, so we'll do that once in a blue moon. We'll throw them in. We'll throw in one with guests, and we'll throw in ones with my players. So, what's that? That's the start of 2022. Yeah, Larry Elmore was awesome. Larry Elmore needs to, I'm gonna. Hopefully, Larry would want to play too, Alex, in the fundraiser. We'll see. But yeah, I like throwing in some odds and ends. I was thinking about this. I got to take my helmet off. I was thinking about running a stream for this, okay, and having the community play. I got the D&D Trivial Pursuit.
Yeah.
And maybe running the ever mysterious Tim, everyone.
Hello.
So yes, Trivial Pursuit. I was thinking about doing that. Yeah, maybe.
There was an old version of that back in the day that I think we had one, but I'm not sure. I don't think I ended up having it. I think someone else got it in our gaming group.
Yeah.
But there was an back in the 2nd edition era, I think it was.
The shield will get hung. I just got to redo everything, man. You're right. It will get hung.
Yeah.
It'll get hung. So Tim, how many underdog / Rovers games do you think you did this year? 5, 6, 7, something like that.
I can look that number up.
You don't need to look it up. It's between 5 and 7, right?
Yeah, it's closer to 7.
Yeah. So and it's good
maybe
to have
even 8.
It's good to have Tim on as well, because something else, they don't go into my campaign log numbers because Tim's DMing them, but he's running Greyhawk too on my channel, and we have one coming up this Saturday, as a matter of fact. So, what
people are strange.
Yeah, people are strange. So, Tim, what are your since I got you on for a limited time here, what are your thoughts on your how it's gone with your stuff?
Oh, I'd like to be as prolific as Anna. That's impressive.
Yeah.
I have to quit my day job to do that.
Mm-hmm.
You
should.
Mm-hmm. No. But remember, he's on his 2nd career.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
he's
not
on his
yet.
2nd career, so not yet. But yeah. So this is this Saturday upcoming 9 a.m. So we have 4 streams this week. Day jobs do suck. I mean, I'm dreading going back to work Tuesday. I have off tomorrow at least. So, and Tim mixes it in and out with players and all on these. But it is his Rovers of the Barons. He has a high level group and a low level group. And the high level group hasn't gotten together in a while.
They haven't gotten together in a while. I think they're mad at me or something. No one's saying anything, but
we were slaughtered and taken captive, so we're happy not to play that. So yeah.
No one wants to do these escape from
exactly. That's
Alcatraz,
no. Exactly. We
So Troy just said, for Tim the Enchanter is soon to be retired. No comment for Tim. So a little note.
I retired once.
I tried to get Tim the Enchanter to play Thursday night, but he wasn't available with Darling and Bones and Walt. But he wasn't.
Well, no, Jay, I was thinking that character was actually made by somebody in cahoots with you as a mockery of me.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think I heard something about that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was Chuck. Didn't Chuck make him to make
probably.
I think
heard the
so.
stories.
Yep.
Probably Chuck did. Yeah.
Yeah. I've heard stories too. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Boo Box is going to pick his pocket. That's funny. That was
Yeah.
great too.
Oh.
Yes. Don't ever pick Tim's pocket, or he'll go loopy. So hey, it's nice for me to be able to just sit here and produce. And it's done in VTT and Fantasy Grounds, and that's just for the maps. Okay, they're not rolling dice on there. They're rolling dice on their own and all.
Right.
Where are they gonna leave off at? Where are we gonna continue?
We're going to continue right from very shortly after it. They still have to figure out some of the mysteries of the place, and they have to get the whole group that's traveling with them.
There.
How are they going to stay hidden and survive when the main body, when the adventurers leave to go do their thing? They have to figure out how they're going to upkeep the place. How are they all going to fit in there? Who's in charge of what? Who wants to sleep where, and why do they get that and I don't get that? So there's going to be some.
I'm just going to sit there and eat and relax.
But the underdogs are so much fun. They're much more fun than our group. And our group was a lot of fun, but the underdogs are even more hilarious. It's awesome.
They're low level, right? They're low level, and So
they're catching up. They're catching up, but they're not that true, barbarian class, which has, a lot more years under it.
So, do you? Who's playing?
I have to check Patrick, Dwayne, Alex, Casey,
Casey,
the Nazrat.
Oh, good. Tim's playing.
And I think John.
You think John? Okay.
Cool.
How many wives does John have now? John's character?
One. He had talked some smack about a second one, but then he thought maybe it's not in good taste. But then he found out how attractive the merchant's daughter was, and he thought
he can make room. Yeah.
As he's sitting there recovering in the fantasy version of the ICU after getting just like seriously damaged, and then he's in the bed and he's asking his wife who's taking care of him, "You mind having a sister wife?" So we'll see what happens with that as he's still recovering. He won't be healed up yet.
Well, like I said, whatever happens. I'm indifferent. It's Tim's world. They can argue and fight with him, not me.
In my world,
change.
people are strange sometimes.
Yeah. Well, Family Fantasy, I hope to see you during the fundraiser playing in that game. That would be awesome. I'm looking forward to that. So, Tim, it's always we still need. I got to play Kixano and Dervilia though. We haven't done that in ages.
I know that's the next one after this.
Okay, good. It's good.
I also have the Fringe, which are the guys that the guys I had planned on killing off, but then
all the goblins.
They're the ones with the tail of Rattlebones. They're the ones that.
Oh, okay. That's.
They all got captured as well.
Yeah, yeah. But I'm saying you have the goblin group too, right?
Oh yeah,
yes, and the reverse dungeon. Yes,
the reverse dungeon group.
Oh,
yes,
awesome.
They're up and comers now that they have a new chief.
So you see what happens, and this is what I'm trying to explain. Tim just named 4 groups he has, and sometimes a one shot turns into I want to continue playing.
Yeah.
Right. So now you understand how I got to 24 groups in 43 years, right? 20 adventure groups, plus all the miscellaneous and stuff like that. It just happens, people want to participate.
I've had fun with the alternate time, the mixed timelines, where the Dark Hand was happening in the future. So the underdogs I started way beforehand. So there've been every single member of the Dark Hand has had a cameo. Most of them had a cameo, interweaving with the underdogs, which is fun.
So that so the history prop. Here's the thing. I have the MechWarrior BattleTech thing, because we got to develop characters and stuff in that going back to the 90s. But if I were to run a third setting, Tim knows what it would be. What would it be?
If you're running a third setting?
I was going to play in a third setting, what would it be? Come on, we played it when we were kids.
Aftermath?
Aftermath.
All right, all right. I wasn't sure if you're
It's
talking.
Aftermath. We'd play an Aftermath setting if it was the third one, man.
Well, actually, I was going to say if I ever get to the point where I do stream from my own thing, I would definitely probably have an Aftermath thing
Yeah,
going on.
Aftermath would be good. So, yeah. Aftermath's crazy. Aftermath is Road Warrior meets Tulsa Doom. It's just like it's out there, but it was a good system. I mean, it's a little complicated, but
so it's a little complicated, but it replicates reality better than the
reality.
other ones.
Don't get shot with an elephant gun. That's all I can say.
Don't get
There's
shot
not
with an
gonna be
elephant
much
gun.
left of the area to get shot with, and don't get addicted to drugs.
Yeah.
Tim does fun stuff, so you never know. But,
Yep.
Tim's mentally, I'm sorry, Tim's challenged when it comes to
the elephant gun helped with the D&D to Aftermath conversion, because you have this heroic, I'm going to charge this in D&D that Aftermath cures quickly.
Right. You're not charging into someone with a what is it, 450 Magnum or whatever?
Yeah. It was a 450 Magnum.
Yeah, Fantasy Grounds Unlimited, was it? Yeah, whatever it is. It's I have the box set downstairs in the basement. Tim's got a full box set of it too.
I have 2 box sets.
Yeah. That's right. I gave you one. Remember, I gave you one for a holiday.
Maybe I have 3 now because I got one for my dad too.
Yep. So, well, Tim, hang out as we're finishing up here very shortly. There's Tom. So, any other commentary for this year that you for 2022?
Well, I do like when you run some of the games. I like being the assistant bad guy.
Oh yeah, that's true, and also the announcer in the jousts too.
The announcer of the job. I gotta have some more commercials. I need more businesses in the town.
Well, that's up to me, man. I gotta get my writing rolling still even more. We'll get that taken. Yep. Yeah. We were Monty Hall even in Aftermath, Norker, because I had an AM 180 machine pistol at one point. The one where you can actually sign your name with the bullets going off. Yeah, I had one.
It doesn't really do that much damage, but it's cool.
Yeah,
I'd like to have one in reality. That'd be neat.
No, I think that's kind of illegal. That's not fully automatic.
Only if you can get the right licenses for it. You need you need a Class 3 federal license.
Oh, well, that's I couldn't. No guns here. Tax stamp.
Yeah, you can always dream.
It's been a blast of a year, 2022. Note that Tim needs to come to the UK and be a pantomime. What is that? A pantomime baddie? I don't even know what that is. Am I missing some?
A pantomime?
Yeah.
Yep.
Tim? No. Tim would get bored with that and then pull out some stuff he shouldn't have. Yeah, that's funny. So, I'm trying to think of what else. So, we are going to have a crazy 2023. We're going to keep rolling with it. We got through the first, I got partner like first week of December 2021, and just cranked out, took advantage of it as much as possible in 2022. And we're going to continue that with the community and everyone else who's participating and have a blast doing it. Some things that are going to go on at the fundraiser at GaryCon. I'm in the Legends of Role Playing room. It looks like the Legends of Wargaming room for my games. There will be a live stream that'll, and I'll be recording that and giving that to GaryCon afterwards. But Ed Greenwood's group will be getting together, almost everyone there at GaryCon, and we're gonna have Luke's gonna bring in a Diamond Badge player to play with us at that. I'm gonna be doing interviews throughout GaryCon. I'm also going to be over at the Legends, Paul Stormberg's Legends event at the museum on Wednesday night. I may be live streaming that and doing interviews there too on Wednesday night at GaryCon, plus Fantasy Mapping Show, right? And Legends and Lore. And there's Casey and DMing multiple times. I'm going to be a busy boy at GaryCon coming up, and that'll be. But first, we'll get through the fundraiser, get through the GaryCon, and then continue onward with.
Casey. Yep.
With 2023. Yeah, Casey, we're talking about you're playing in Tim's game this Saturday. Mm-hmm. Hey, that's awesome. So,
they're going to need some religiosity.
Yeah. have to run down to Jersey and pick up a car. Oh, nice. All the way down to Jersey, pick up a car part. Wow. So
I'm going to this year. I'm going to start my new line of replica all metal tongue tools.
oh my
Ooh.
gosh.
Yep.
So you've done two. You gave Mike Disney one as well, correct?
Mike Disney has one. Yeah,
That's awesome.
that's the slicer variety, and Josh has the penetrator variety
You guys,
for when you want to go deep to the root of the tongue.
crazy stuff. So just so you're aware of, if you're going to be at GaryCon or signing up, these are Central Time. A Delve in the Lord's Tomb Thursday 9 a.m. Investigations of the Low Road Friday 9 a.m. Legends of the Lord Greyhawk Thursday at 3 p.m. The Fantasy Mapping Show got pushed back an hour, Anna, because Alyssa had that 8-hour game up to 4. So it's actually Friday at 4 p.m. And that's the same time it was last year. It was 4 to 6 last year. I didn't even realize that.
Okay, perfect.
So, yeah. So that is, and then Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2 will be the game of Ed Greenwood, and the Gabbins will be Wednesday night and Sunday night. And, I got so much. I'll try.
Yeah, I will have a separate seminar somewhere in there too, but we don't know the time because it depends on where the other ones end up.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right.
Yep.
So, and that's what's going on there. I'm going to be busy at that, but we're going to have a lot of other stuff going on. So, we know about we'll shout out. I know, but Alyssa loves those long games. Alyssa's a Call of Cthulhu player, and those 8-hour games work really well with Call of Cthulhu games. They just do. So, gotta go. Thanks, Kafir. Thanks for your support. And like I said, one of the giveaways is Kafir's tonight. Right, here we go. And plus, he's one of our sponsors for the fundraiser. I'm going to have at least 4 more of these for complimentary gifts for donators during the fundraiser. So we're good. And thanks a lot, Kafir. Really appreciate your.
I
can't shout you out.
Well.
What's that?
I like Call of Cthulhu as well. That's
cool. I've played it twice now. Once live stream here and once at GaryCon. So I played it twice. I survived both times somehow, which is crazy. So, yeah. All right. So, shout out wise, Tim, you already talked a little bit about your game. Any other tidbits you want to throw out there about it? What's going to happen on Saturday? As I'm going to put the schedule up here.
Well, I don't want to give away anything more about Saturday.
Okay.
But I will say that part of their mission that's ongoing, and the next couple of times they have to go to a city. And the city of Rook Roost, they have to link up with an agent who's going to help guide them, and then they got to get into the city and get something, and then make it back out. And they're not used to cities, so.
Well, yeah, absolutely, they're not used to cities at all, right? No, it's 100%.
It's going to be one of my crime cities.
Oh, that's
my version of Will's.
Rook Roost. You're going to be using Rook Roost. Oh. Yeah. Well, there you go. That's awesome. That's great to hear.
Yeah.
That you're going to actually be using that. So, very, very cool. I appreciate you hopping on too, man. I know you were
no problem.
Family stuff going on.
Yes, quite busy.
Are you off tomorrow too?
I am.
There you go.
I also am taking the rest of the week off as well.
Oh, in January? Wow.
See, I had to work between Christmas and New Year's, and now that week back when I covered for everybody, now the week back, it's going to be a week of Mondays. It's going to be a dumpster fire all week. Not for me.
I understand why. I understand why for your
I'm afraid that I'm being called by my 11-year-old for laser tag. So
see ya.
I will see you all later. Thank you so much.
See you
Saturday. Ever mysterious
the game's
Tim.
On.
You all die. You're dead. What do you do next? That was his dad's favorite. It's his favorite thing. Let me remove him. Oh, there we go. He moved himself. So, Anna, what's going on with you now? What else we got shout out wise? Oh, I just hit the shout out button to shout you out, and I can't. So
yeah, I can say next week there will be a mapping live stream on Friday and a game on Sunday.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Yep. So those are the upcoming things, and then I just have to thank everybody for awesome support, and I could definitely not do this at anywhere near this level if it weren't for everybody who supported me for so much past year, and hopefully we'll do this year too. So yeah.
Well, yes. So you're going to see some games definitely coming up. So here's what's going on the this week. Remember, I count this as the end of the week, the Sunday. Here's what's coming up this week on the channel here. So our talk show, Legends and Lore, is Wednesday night. Secrets of the Cairn Hills. We'll talk about that whole wonderful area of Greyhawk, which is right outside Greyhawk City. But there's
Thank
a
you,
lot of
Alex.
there's a lot of wonderful things. Thanks, Antiquus. It's really driving me nuts that I don't have that capability tonight. That is Wednesday night, 8 p.m. EST. Myself and Mike Greyhawk Mike. Thursday night, the Narwhal Headhunters return. The Initiates. So if you watched if you watched last Thursday night, we did a special game with one of my players and Bones and Darling, where they brought characters in from that fit from another group, and it worked out. It was a real fun time. This links in, and this is Adventure 984. So where they came across raiders, elite orcs on dire wolves, a lot of them, and it kind of was this far north in the Wild Coast that shouldn't be. So the information came back, and the other group of Narwhal Headhunter Initiates, the lower levels, like second, third, fourth level characters, will be going out, and that'll be on the that will be this. Hey, Laser, good to see you. Good to see you, man. That will be this Thursday night, 7:30 p.m., and that's a Reaper miniature giveaway night. So we'll have some great Reaper miniatures to give to you. Like I said, I have giveaways every stream. That's Thursday. Saturday's Tim's game. All right, Saturday morning, 9 a.m. So it'll be like from 9 to latest 2. All right, for Saturday morning, that's Tim's. That's stream 3. Stream 4 will be Gabbin next week, the same time slot, 7 p.m. We continue part 10, and that Ever Mysterious Tim is wrong. It should be someone else. I'm working on trying to get someone else to come. You can probably figure out who it is. It's Age of Worms. We'll see if it happens. So yes, Greyhawk campaign development, the Age of Worms discussion starts as Dungeon 124 is where that goes, and then we're going to go into them. And no, it's no for Age of Worms. No, it's bigger. No. Yeah. So we'll see.
Age of Worms, it's
Yeah. Yep. So it'll be a fun one. We'll start going on that. We'll go over the details of it, and I'm hopeful that we have a really great discussion that night. And that'll be 4 streams this week coming up, so one more than the normal average of 3.5. So that's what's going on here. Thanks all for hanging out on a wonderful. We're gonna do the 2 giveaways. If you're outside the continental U.S., we'll work something out. Okay, figure out stuff. Shipping is a bear, but we'll figure it all out. Thanks. Yeah, I'm really excited about this year. And without your support, as you can see, we have over 100 people on now. Without your support, we don't have this. The community doesn't have this. We have some wonderful, wonderful people. Like I said, raising $20,000 over 3 days is just mind-boggling to me that we do that. So.
Yep.
Yeah, but Janelle Jackweiss doesn't have anything to do with Age of Worms, right? So. Yeah, it's got to be.
It would be awesome to have her on the show.
It would be awesome to have her on, but not for Age of Worms, is what I'm saying.
Exactly. We need her to.
Yeah, we need her on to talk about Dark Tower. I mean, Dark Tower is one of my favorite adventures of all time. I'd love to have Janelle Jackweiss on for. You're getting closer. Yeah. So.
Yeah, it will be awesome to have her
on.
All
right, last call! Exclamation point drawing. I can't shout it out. Exclamation point drawing to get in these. I'm assuming the winner is going to want this. It'll be tubed up and sent out, via priority mail like I always do. And then we got a set of Titan dice. Aqua screen only available. That's all I have left. As I gave out multiple Titan dice sets out on Thursday. So, dude, I'm excited too, Curtis. I'm really looking forward to it. It's exclamation point drawing. Exclamation drawing. Yep. And like I said, our sponsors are wonderful here, and so. Let me know. Let me go into this and let's see. We go to giveaways. Are we all good here? I just want to check here. Major, I think you're in. You're in. You're in. Here we go. I'm going to close this out. And let's see who the two winners are tonight. You're in. Jenga Dance. Jenga Dance. Is Jenga Dance on the claim? I see Jenga Dance in chat. I see Jenga Dance in chat. Let's see. Hopefully, Jenga Dance says something. I see them in chat, in the chat link. So, yeah. Well, let me do the second winner.
Yes. Yep.
Okay. Orchid Dice.
Yep.
Orchid Dice. You win the dice. And I we'll talk offline, but yeah, I want to send them to you. So Jenga, I need your full name and address. You can whisper it out to me. Get this right out. Congrats, everyone. That's awesome. All right. Very, very cool. So Jenga, just whisper them to me in chat here. I'll send. So let me set something up here to you, and we will get going. We'll raid into Darling, of course, tonight, which we usually do on a Sunday night. And thank you, everyone. Thank you so very much. Please, if you have any ideas or suggestions for the fundraiser, of someone you'd think we could get, or someone who you think would be cool, that's reasonable, that could reasonably reach out to, please reach out to me. Also, if you have are interested, Rob, I'll add you in logo wise too to the thing as well. Carlos is hasn't been streaming in the last year, Scottish, or I'd ask him, but he's really not streaming now. Thank you, Troy. Thank you. Carlos has always participated, but he's kind of gotten away from streaming. His job is killing. Yeah.
We can hopefully have him on as a guest.
Yeah, often. I will reach out to him and see if he is available. But I don't think he is this year. And thank you, Troy. Thank you for those kind words. So let's raid into Darling. Thanks a lot, everyone. We'll see you. So Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday morning, Sunday night. Wednesday, Thursday, Sunday night, Saturday morning for this upcoming week. And see, Schick I haven't had on the show yet, so Alex, I don't have a connection to him. I'd love to. I'd love to have Schick on. That'd be great for him to play. Thank you, Ermin. I really appreciate it. All right, we'll see you all. See you all Wednesday night, and Happy New Year to you, Anna. Thank you so very much for a great show.
Oh, thank you.
Talk to you soon. See to make sure that works. Let's everyone go in at darling. I'd love to go in with 90. And don't forget, no matter what show I'm on, what show you're on, watching me, I have giveaways every time. All right, that's good. Wow, 78's off, 79. Thank you. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. See you Wednesday night. Have a Happy New Year.
Yep, he popped over.